years and all the different experiences that we can talk about. I will say one thing in my toast, if I don't know if everybody wants to do this, but I'll do this. My earliest since you're 90, Mom, I'm going to test your memory. My earliest memory of you and myself, you and I, Mom, I believe I was in Kenton Avenue with you, and I remember rolling a ball between you and I in the living room. That's my earliest memory of you as my mom.
Wow. You know what? You have a better memory than me. I don't remember that.
But as far as my toast, since Mary asked me to do the first toast, I'd just like to say we're all blessed to have you in our lives, and you're wonderful, and we all love you, and I love you, Mom, and happy birthday.
I love you too, and I'm the one that's blessed with a wonderful family.
Happy birthday.
So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, from the siblings. Kathy, I know you prepared something, right? But unmute
I don't think Jackie heard you, Mary. I heard you. I don't think Jackie heard you, Mary.
I'm muted. There you are. We unmuted you.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't sure if we were going to do memories separate from our tributes. So I got two deals. So do you want me to just do it all now?
Kathy, I can't find you. Where are you at?
I'm up at the top.
Well, it may not be top for you, for her.
Oh, well, there's three of us.
Oh, I got you now. Now I got you.
You see all three of us?
I would say either.
There's some kind of an instruction thing on your face, Bob.
You can do them both together, or you can split it up. Your call.
Okay. Well, I actually had a serious memory, but my memory is failing me and I can't remember the memory. So I'll do my funny memory.
Okay.
I'm supposed to say things like that.
My funniest memory of Mom, well, we all know that Mom is directionally challenged. Oh, so my funniest memory of Mom was when we were camping up in Wisconsin, and Mom had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and she couldn't find our camper to get back, so she had to go find the horse ranger to take her back to our campsite. So that's my funniest remembrance of Mom.
Oh my goodness. I had forgotten that, but thanks for the memory.
Just what you wanted, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Mom, we did a 90th tribute to you, and it'll be coming in the mail, but it's going to look just like this.
Oh, so beautiful. It's very pretty.
Inside, we each have a poem that we're going to share with you. So Bob is going to go first as the senior member of this contingent here.
Is mine here?
Yes, that's yours.
Mother's love is like an island, in life ocean vast and wide, a peaceful, quiet shelter from wind and rain and tide. 'Tis bound on the north by hope, by patience on the west, by tender counsel on the south, and the east is by the rest. Above is like a beacon light, shine faith and truth and prayer. All through the changing scenes of life, I find a heaven there.
Haven. Okay.
That's beautiful.
I'm going to do the middle one. And this one's called Thank God for Mother's Love. There is no love like mother's love, no stronger bond on earth. The precious bond that comes from God to a mother when giving birth. A mother's love is forever strong, never changing for all time. And when her children need her most, a mother's love will shine. When her days on earth are over, a mother's love lives on through many generations with God's blessing on each one. God bless our special mother. Yes, bless this special one for all the tears and heartache and all the work she's done. We're thankful for you, Mother, for you love with a higher love. from the power that God has given and the strength that's from up above.
Wow, that's beautiful. Please, tears to my eyes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's short. Brianna's going to close with the motherhood poem from Helen Steiner Rice.
Okay, very nice.
The dearest gifts that heaven holds.
Got to speak up a little more.
Were made into one pattern that was perfect, sweet, and true. The angels smiled, well pleased and compared to all the others. This pattern is so wonderful. Let's use it just for mothers. And through the years, a mother has been all that's sweet and good, for there's one bit of God and love in all true motherhood.
How sweet. Thank you, Brand.
Okay,
very
to
nice.
Mom.
Mom.
Come on.
To grandma.
To me.
You're here. All right, so I don't want to put anyone else on the spot, but I could do that for John because, you know, you're John. It's okay. Anyone else that has something prepared? I didn't hear from anybody else.
Yeah, Aunt Patty.
Oh, great. Thanks. All right, Patty's here.
And Sherry.
Okay. All right, got it.
Age before beauty.
Got it. What?
Age, she said age before beauty. So just have
You ready?
numbers in order go.
Ready.
Next in
I'm ready and I'm listening.
Okay, so happy birthday, Mom. We love you. We miss you. We're so sorry that we can't be with you this 90th, but we know that we're going to be with you soon. And I do have a early memory too, and I bet you I've beaten John because I remember when you were changing my diapers. Now, do you want to hear the memory? You remember those old-fashioned pins with the plastic? And it was a diaper pin, and it had that plastic thing on it.
I remember those. They came in different colors.
So you were changing me, and it was on a table or something really close to a plug in the wall. And do you remember I stuck the pin in the plug, and my thumb turned black.
Oh my God, Cher.
That's what I remember. It was shocking.
I don't remember that.
A shocking memory.
I could see where you would remember that. That's too bad. I'm sorry that happened.
Oh no, it's funny. It's a funny memory.
Oh, good.
I remember that, Sherry. So it must have been a very electrifying memory for us.
It was very electrifying.
It's about twin things.
Tell the difference between the two.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
very interesting.
Well, the black thumb's Sherry, but the other thumb's Kathy.
My black thumb.
Alex, get yourself all packed with a blanket.
All right, so if we're doing still age before beauty, I will jump to more.
The kids to go with their parents or after, Mary?
I'm sorry?
Do you want the kids to go with after their parents in the sibling order, or do you want us after?
Oh, let the kids go too.
Marissa, we're the young ones.
Wait a minute. I'm not quite understanding. Is that you, Mary, talking to me, right?
Oh, that's Marissa wants to go. Let her go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let her go.
Okay, I'm going. Okay, hi, Grandma. Hi from California.
Whatever you want.
Wait a minute, you skipped Bobby.
Whatever you want to do.
So happy birthday. I would just want to echo what Mom said, that we're sad that we can't be with you in person, but we'll see you soon. I know that you are going to remember this story, but my earliest memory of you is being a very picky eater, sitting in your kitchen, not eating Italian meatballs, which is very un-Italian and not acceptable. And so Grandma had to do the train game with me, where she'd be like, that one I remember. And she'd plop the meatball in, and then she'd get another scoop. Okay, there it goes. And
I remember that.
Your mom then.
It worked, didn't it?
It worked. It worked great.
Oh, thanks for that memory. I'd forgotten about that. That really works. So when you have
Really?
some
You do
kids,
that for Marissa
remember
now?
that. What's that?
My earliest memory is when we came to Florida, and it was my first time, and I don't think I have ever eaten quite as well.
Oh, hi, Dawn. I didn't see you before. Good to see your face. Hello, Dawn. Wake up. Are you there? There you are.
Gotta do Bobby
Good
now.
to see your smile. Glad you joined us. Oh, here Mary's asking questions. Billy, do you what did you ask him, Mary?
What's the beat doing?
Oh, there's a chat box.
It's sorry, Katie was chatting with you, trying to be funny.
I wasn't trying, I was succeeding. I was a
Succeeded.
funny person.
All right, so anyone else from John and Jean,
Family.
Kathy and Bob's family, Sherry?
Well, Bobby's gone again.
I have one, but I'd like to do it at the end if that's okay, because it's just a quick toast.
You'll defer. That's fine. All right. So we will boot it over to Mark,
Me.
Beth, Mark and Charlene. Defer or go?
Mark and Charlene.
Yes.
Really? How do I get rid of this?
Okay. Yeah. Go back. When we needed what? A snack? I do. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Very sweet. Oh my God. I must have been 10, maybe 9. Oh yeah. I remember the little crossbow.
It was a big crossbow.
When you're 12, big.
No.
Gee, that was awful nice of me, but you know what? I don't remember that. Did the TV work? Did you get to watch?
Was that was in North Carolina, right? I don't think Grandma was in the drive with us. She stayed home. I think it was just Grandpa in the car with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you guys talking about Grandpa, and Grandpa put on the old 50s music that we liked.
That's true.
He had you listening to Glenn Miller and all the old favorites.
But
guys
you
were
know what?
dying.
That's good that you brought that up, because actually my memory was going to be, am I too loud, Grandma? It's okay? Good volume?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My memory was when we stayed there. I think it was either right before the trip or right after the trip, when you and I stayed at the Gator Trace house, Mark, and we played cards and just hung out the whole week, and we played golf and stuff. And I think Grandma joined us for golf that time too. I think it was you.
You poor guys.
I think it was you and Grandpa and me and Mark.
I was not a good golfer, so I feel sorry for you. That must have been miserable, but at least we were out together.
The hanging out and the playing the cards was the best of that week. We played cards all day, every day. It was great.
Yeah, I do recall some of that. That's one of my fond memories too. That was very nice. Thank you both.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to drink to myself.
Mark and Beth, you in now? Okay, let me unmute you.
I can do it because I'm close. Okay. Oh, no, they
Hello.
You need yeah.
Because they muted it, they can unmute
Yeah, I can't do it. She's getting
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Wow. Before we get started with Mom, I just want to say, Kathy and Becca, nice to see you. I love your blonde hair.
Yes, very nice.
Nice blonde hair, Kathy and Becca.
It hides the gray.
Kathy, my sister. Kathy, my sister. It's not white. It's blonde in my screen.
It
And
hides the gray roots.
Mom,
Were we muted that time?
Yes.
my biggest memory of you is throughout my life, you rubbing my head, putting food in front of me and saying, you're such a good eater. There's only four meatballs left. You can do it. Please eat them. Well, for that.
I remember, Mark, when
Yeah.
we had our pasta and meatballs on Sunday always.
Yeah.
And I had a whole dish for them that I had planned for another dinner. And you got a phone call, and I remember you standing to this day. It was a marvel to me. You were standing there on your phone, having your wonderful conversation.
It wasn't my phone. It was the house phone back then.
No, but one after another, that plate was one less meatballs. I think there was about a dozen in there. You ate every meatball that was left over on that plate, and we had just had dinner, and I don't know where you put it to this day. But
Still doesn't.
I had a good laugh of it, and I've never forgotten that memory. So you were my best eater.
You're such a good eater.
You're such a good eater.
You're such a
Not
good
so
eater.
much today. Not so much today. And you slowed down a little bit, and that's okay.
Anyway, Mom. Anyway, happy birthday. Love you very much.
I always love to see everybody enjoy a meal and eat good. I don't know, it's just something about a mother and her family when she can feed them and they all enjoy their food. It just warms everything inside my body.
And a grandmother.
Warms me up. Mom, happy birthday.
Happy 90th birthday.
Let's continue the drinking game. Here's the Mom.
Yeah.
Now, beer pong.
This is my last one.
All right.
But Junior.
Wait a minute, who's talking now?
Oh, Wiener.
Who's talking now?
You're so beautiful.
I can't hear. Who is it that's talking?
It would be Patty Lynn.
Patty Lynn, it's her turn.
Oh, Patty's turn. Patty.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. You can.
Yes.
I have a poem.
Oh, nice. I love poems.
All right.
I don't take instructions from Junior.
Quiet. You can talk, Bart. Okay. As you celebrate your 90th year milestone, I want to thank you.
Wait a minute. Somebody's singing or talking and going over your voice.
Okay, so you're too close to where Mom's is, so she's getting the echo. Go in another room. You have a big house.
All right.
What did Manny have to say?
Better? Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah,
I
that's better.
can. Yeah,
Hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
As you celebrate
My
your
thumb.
90th, quiet. As you celebrate your 90th year milestone, I want to thank you for all the love. Let's start from the beginning when you gave me life. Carrying me for 9 months in your body was quite a strife. The early days of diapers, sleepless nights and bottles, and then having to watch me like a hawk when I began to toddle. Skinned knees, measles, and dog bites, you were there to help me through life's fright. School, carpools, and even spankings, but just a few. You helped me navigate my teenage years too. Accepting and loving me through my mistakes, you taught me that love and mercy is what it takes. I look to you to learn how to be a mom because, Mom, you are the bomb. Making your husband happy is something that you taught. You were there to listen and help me if Tony and I fought. Faith, hope, and love were the keys as you told me to pray always and stay on my knees. Coming to live with me has brought me such joy. We get along like Siegfried and Roy. Now today, even though we're both growing old, our loving bond is as true as gold. And each day we thank God for each other because There's nothing more sweet and special and precious than love between a daughter and a mother. I love you. Happy birthday.
I love you too, Patty. And it's been my pleasure to
Man.
thank you for putting up with me. I was figuring it out, and 2004 to 2017 is what, 13 years? For putting up with everything for 13 years. And I think you and I and Tony and Melissa have set a record. I can't remember any time ever having any bad words between us. And I love you for that. Thank you.
Love you.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
A miracle.
Yeah, so that I think that's going to be fairly hard to follow. So first of all, as my mother's teenage favorite mistake, I would like to tell just a quick story about Grandma's optimism in the face of sometimes obvious pessimism. So there was one day where Grandpa was coming home in the brand new Subaru from the golf course. I'm sure it was a squirrel. It was a squirrel. It just ran out there. That curb, that curb just appeared on Biscayne. Nothing to do with those screwdrivers. And so we got home, and the brand new car, for whatever reason, when we drive in it, you'd be going over a bump, and the lights would come on, and the brights would come on, and then everything would flash. And then you'd kind of, you'd go down another hill, it would go off. I'm like, Grandma, I think Grandpa screwed up the car. I think he wrecked the car. Grandma goes, no, not at all. Okay, it's a new feature with this new Subaru. He unlocked a new feature. It's called Auto Brights. Auto Brights. So I said, well, I guess if Grandma could do that, So as a toast, I would just like to channel that energy in a manner. It is the political season. We are in some weird, whatever this is, what is the old show? Brady Bunch meets like 1980s Epcot Communicore West AT&T Pavilion, where one day in the future, people will talk to each other on video and it will be great. So as we're kind of doing this, I figure I'd just kind of channel that past and, and maybe say that here at the Herbert Convention will come to order. FZ family, the FZ family, the 12th generation of the FZs. We did not live in Alabama, but we live in a state called Florida. FZs with Jason as the head with Dawn in a very dashed and dainted and multi-dimensional family tree sits here on multiple screens with multiple people and says, happy birthday to Grandma. We love you very much. And at this point, FZ, the pinnacle of the Audubon Manor and hired number address street, even though we're 300 miles and 300 feet down and could walk there, say, FZ passes.
And you know what, Jason? Do you remember when Grandpa watched all that and he'd always say, Alabama passes?
That's right. That's right.
Remember that? It was always after each one. Alabama passes.
FZ passes.
That's a fond memory. Thank you for that.
The great state of Alabama passes.
The great state of Alabama.
Oh yeah,
the calm of the Crimson Tide.
He would expound upon that. He'd build up the state and tell you everything good about it. And then
we do have that.
Waiting restlessly for the vote, and he says, Alabama passes.
Yeah, we have that on audio somewhere. We've got to make that our ringtone by Christmas or something. So.
Oh, that was his favorite thing to say during those elections. I would hear it 100 times a night. I never forgot that. That was something. Thanks for that memory. I loved it.
She's shaking.
All right. So any others in Panos?
So this one did not check her email. I did not check the email. I did not get the memo, but I just want to say how great.
Speak from your heart.
Grandma. I'm right in front of you, so I'm not going to talk to the screen.
I don't have you on the screen here.
Okay. I am, but being able to be around you every day. And for every memory that I'm here for you. I'll tell you in person.
Yeah, tell me again.
I'll tell you in
I
person.
missed it. You want to thank me for what?
Everything.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you for all the help you always give me. You're always there in my emergencies, and you come to my help. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No poetry, sorry.
Yeah. Especially for rubbing that left arm shoulder.
Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
That's something
So
nobody else
sweet.
can help me with because you're all far away. So I've got Melissa to help with that.
Yeah, that was a good hug. Hopefully it was all of us giving you that hug in there.
Thank you. Yes, it was. I could feel the love coming through everybody. This is, oh, and there, Melissa, you joined us. And I don't know, is Natalie decorating your hair or is she giving you a new hairstyle? What is she doing? What are you doing to your mommy, Natalie? Say hi. Hi.
Sorry I came late.
Hi. I'm glad you finally got to join us. There's Luca. Did you finish cutting the grass? Was he cutting grass before?
He was doing some yard work.
Oh, hi. Can we touch? Can I touch you? Yeah. Hi there. Now, who could be luckier than me on my birthday? I have grandchildren and children and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. So nobody's been blessed like me that I know. So thank you all for just being a part of my family. I love it. Love you all and thank you for all being here.
Before we start the games, I just have a quick toast. Everybody's finished.
No.
Okay.
You can go.
I'll mute.
No, you can go.
Okay. Is that Jackie?
That's Jackie. Okay, I'll go. So can you hear me okay, Grandma?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. So this is just a quick toast to you. Grandmothers have ears that truly listen, arms that always hold, a love that never ends, and a heart made of gold. Happy birthday, Grandma. Thank you so much for being our grandma. We love you so much.
Thank you so much, Jackie, and everybody. So sweet.
So lucky to have you. I love you so much.
Thank you. Wow. I don't know what to say after that. That was such a tribute. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to take a drink.
You deserve it.
Take a drink, Mom.
Chug.
Wow.
Hey, Alex, what about you? Or AJ?
Am I up yet?
Yeah, you were up and I don't know where you went. So now you're up.
Well, I would have thought that you'd go through the children and then you'd start with the grandchildren with Jason first and me second.
It was all lost.
Yeah, well, okay.
By family.
So as we know, I'm a man of many hats, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's start with the memory first. My favorite memory of Grandma would be when we finally made it down to Florida, and then Mom and Dad would have to have their date night. So we'd be in the Miami Shores house with Grandpa, Grandma, and Grandma would make us chocolate banana milkshakes and let us build forts.
Wow. Sounds good. Loved it.
That's a lot of fun.
I remember more cowboy hats than the stovepipe, perhaps. And I must say, I my preference, Bobby, are the cowboy hats.
That's
This
okay.
one makes you. This one looks good on you, but it makes you look like Abraham Lincoln.
No, his was much taller, but that's okay because I'm
Well,
a man of many hats.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Oh, now there's the Bobby I know. That's the Bobby
Okay.
I know. But
So-
I have to tell you, Bob, I'm not real fond of that beard. I don't know why did you grow a beard? You look 10 years older.
Well, that's because I can't get a haircut. I'm not shaving until I can get a haircut.
Oh, okay. That's a good reason. I'll take that.
Amen
Okay.
to that. Amen to that. And you got more
Amen.
gray than me. So how's that possible?
Yeah.
That's because
I
you're
don't like
blonde.
your
You're
beard
blonde,
either.
Jason.
Jason, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like
true.
your beard either. I
All
don't
right,
like
duly
either
noted.
one.
FZ Alabama, duly noted.
Do you like George's beard?
What?
Dad,
What was the
do
question?
you like George's beard?
Georgia? Do I know what Georgia did?
George's
Jorge.
beard.
Doesn't know George without a beard.
Oh, Jorge, I don't like his beard either. And Keith, I notice you have a beard too, Keith, and I don't like your beard either. So I'm not being prejudiced. I'm just. I
What
grew
about
up in
Steven?
the era where a man was clean shaven every day, sometimes shaved twice a day, and always had a shirt and tie on unless he was relaxing. So very hard for me to take this casual society, but I think I'm finally getting used to it. But I will never get used to the beards. I'm sorry. I'm just an old-fashioned girl, like a clean shaven man with a haircut. That's my opinion. Oh, and I forgot about Steven's beard. I don't like your beard either, Steven. No, I don't like beards, period. I think that you guys are all handsome. And
What did I do?
being handsome, you took the picture off. There they come.
Gross.
But all of you guys have handsome faces, and why in the world you want to have a beard that hides those handsome faces is beyond me. So that's my opinion regarding beards.
Oh, well.
Good save. Good
Am
save. Good
I
save.
back up?
Oh, there we go. Somebody shaving. Oh, Keith. Good boy. Hey, listen, Keith, I forgot to. Keith, are you there?
She might not have you on the screen.
Keith, I forgot to wish you a happy birthday. I know we share birthdays, so happy birthday to you too, Keith. I want to make you a toast. May you have a long life and a healthy one. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Keith.
Happy
Happy birthday. Look at your son, Mark, Julie. Look at
Yeah,
Mark.
I didn't.
birthday.
May I just make a statement that I think Bing family, you all should know. I got a call early this morning from Peter, and he sounded absolutely horrible. Said he had all the symptoms of the coronavirus. So he was tested yesterday, and he does not have it. But he does have all of the symptoms, and they've got him on heavy antibiotics and bed rest. So I just wanted you to know he called me first thing this morning to let me know he wouldn't be able to join the group, but wanted me to convey his love and best wishes to everybody. So let's all say a prayer for Uncle Pete that he recovers quickly. And thank you. I can't hear something. Who's going? Somebody talking to me? No? Okay. Okay.
Am I back up?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, Christy, I just saw you get back on the couch. How you doing?
Grandma. Huh?
I wanted to send you some really good, what do I call it? A medication, a pill from one of the labs I've been dealing with for 25 years now, natural biology. And it's called Stemicol, and it's a cell builder. And I would love for you. I just got the order I placed, and I have a couple bottles for you if you're willing to try it. What I'd like you to do, first of all, though, is check it on Natural Biology's internet site and read about it, all the things that it has. Not only that, but the other name of the other one I have that is so good is Everest, Eberrest. Those two, if you get on that site when you're feeling up to it, read about it and I have ordered it. I have it for you. I would love to send it to you if you're willing to give it a try or if you think you can tolerate it. I don't want to force you into anything, but just read about it. And if you give me the go ahead, I will be happy to send it to you, honey. Okay? How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you doing any better?
I'm good. Put her on the spot in front of her entire family.
I can't hear.
I'm good. So we're gonna go really quick because we have the mic. My memory, I can't remember things. So we're gonna go with Keith's first memory of Grandma.
My first memory was in, I believe it was July of 2010 when I first met the family, and I woke up. No one even knew who that stranger was on the couch.
Alex pulled me aside.
I remember that. You two arrived and we had nowhere for you to sleep the night. So I said, well, we have a couch free, and you were so gracious.
That was good.
You just, anything, you know, it was okay with you and so helpful. I can remember you were offering to help me cook, and you were just a good guy. So you gave me a very good first impression of you. So I was very happy for Christy that she had met such a nice guy, and you haven't disappointed me. So thank you. And I'm so happy you're part of our family now. I love you.
Thanks, Grandma. I love you too. Don't forget, there was two things that you
want me to end up?
Let him say what he wants to say to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Patty told me I was monopolizing.
She can do it.
I'm sorry. I have a habit of doing that. That's where some of my kids get it. It's your turn, Keith. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I went to Uncle Kurt and Uncle Jorge making me breakfast and inviting me in. And then you came in and we met. And then you told me there were 2 rules for the week. There was no discussing politics and no discussing religion.
And you know what, Keith? That still holds true today. That's why our family is still together and we all get along. We don't discuss politics or religion. And God bless everybody, and may they all have happy lives in whatever way they want to live it and believe. So I love them all just the way they are.
Christy's got something that Uncle Kurt will remember.
So I think it was the day before everybody was going to leave, and Grandma was making her meat sauce, and she was making her meat sauce from all the leftovers.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, Keith's like, oh, a real Italian meat sauce. He's like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And the color just kept getting darker and darker and darker. And Grandma's taking all the bottles of wine that are out, and she's dumping it and dumping it and dumping it. So she may have dumped a bottle of wine that was meant for drinking, but it made the best meat sauce ever. And then shortly after, I think there was a proposal. I think I got married. So thanks, Grandma. I think it was the meat sauce.
You know, I remember that. And where is Kurt? I remember Kurt, he caught me, and I didn't even know I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. But he had just bought himself, I guess, this bottle of.
It was brandy Yellowtail, I think.
Yellowtail.
No, it was some kind of red truck or something like that.
Oh yeah, red truck maybe.
Red truck.
Was that the name of it?
Could have been.
Okay, I think that was it. And you said, Grandma, what are you doing? And I said, I'm making my sauce. He said, you have the wine I just bought, and you're pouring it in your sauce. Well, I have to tell you, I was very embarrassed, but there was no way I could correct it. But I will never forget that. And I have been meaning all these years to get you a bottle of that one of these days, and I never done it, but I'm still got it in the back of my mind, Kurt. Don't give up. I still may remember to do that one of these days. But thank you for your contribution to the sauce. It was delicious.
That made the greatest sauce.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Those are great memories. I love you both, and feel better soon, Christy.
Okay, I'm taking the floor back since everybody stole it from me. And that means
nobody stole anything.
I have to change hats again.
Uh-oh. Oh, I like
I'm sorry, I had to
the
go outside.
The
Okay.
guys in the white hats are always the best. You know that. They're the
Okay,
good guys.
Well, Grandma, I'm gonna read you. I'm gonna read you your poem for your birthday that I wrote you.
Oh, how nice. Thank you. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, it's Grandma's 90th birthday. Grandma Herber lives down where it's warm and the sun does shine. When I get down to Florida, we'll have some Italian to dine
Who's
with
running low?
wine.
Have you got the?
She knows I love her, but I don't see her enough. Living in Illinois makes it extremely tough. With the years going by, she is only 90, young and spry. The fact that I can't celebrate in person makes me want to cry.
Oh, sweet.
Now, Mom made me change this line a little bit, but I don't know if you got your birthday card or yet, but I wrote
Not
you the
yet.
poem. Okay, I wrote you the poem and I left it the way I intentionally wrote it, but this line's changed a little bit for little ears. So it's 2020 and we have this thing called the Corona. It can kiss my butt because next year we're going to Barcelona.
I love that. I love that. That's great.
That's great. That's great.
I hope you know how much I love and miss you. Happy birthday. Next year we'll celebrate with the whole crew.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Bobby. I love it.
Yeah, Bob.
Was that line you read me? Was that the original or the changed one?
No, that was the changed one.
Okay. Well, when I get your card, I'll text you and let you know which one I preferred. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
Oh, wait. In fact, this one's going out to you and Uncle Kurt.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Else before the million.
We'll see you, Bobby.
That's a moonshine.
No, that's tequila.
What is it just straight tequila?
Tequila.
Bobby, permission to talk now? Or
You now have the floor, Alex.
Okay.
Is that what they make margaritas out of?
Yes.
Tequila.
Makes margaritas.
Then I like it. I like it. I didn't know if that went into it or not. But those are good. And I also tell George I love his mojitos.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Mojitos.
Once in a while, I will have one of those when Tony and
Look at
Patty
those
make
hats.
them. I can't do it too often because they keep too close an eye on me.
Alex is ready, Mom. Alex.
What? Oh, Alex. Hey,
no poems or songs or anything like that. Just it was obviously one of the best things that could have happened to our family to have you come and live with us. It really made a difference. It really made a difference probably in my life, especially when I was home for the summers or in college. We would just sit in your tiny little kitchen at your desk and you'd say, it's too small and da-da-da, and I'd say, whatever. And then we would just talk for hours and hours and you would share stories and advice and you always lend an ear to listen to me or anything that was, anything I wanted to talk about. And you're always like, it's safe in the vault. I know things that would shock everyone. So safe in the vault.
But she's sworn to silence, right? We still have that pact.
Oh, yes,
You're
we do.
sworn to
I'm not talking
silence.
about me, I'm talking about you. But yes, I sworn to my vault too. My lips are
Okay.
still sealed.
Okay.
But
Well-
I attribute my love for games and cards to you guys, to you and Grandpa, obviously. And I love you a whole bunch. And Stephen loves you too. And you've always been
I
so
know.
open.
I love
to him.
Stephen,
You're always so
too.
concerned with him. Why are you here? You need to go home and cook for your husband. No.
It's true.
And
It's true. You know what? I
thanks
loved
for
every
all the-
minute of it, Alex, and I was the lucky one to be with you and your brothers and your mom and dad, Melissa. It's just been I don't know how else I would have, if I had a wish and wanted to wish how to spend my remaining years. I don't know if there's a better way than what God prepared for me by giving me to you guys. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Love you all.
Happy birthday. Love you.
Thank you. I'm so glad you were able to make it today.
That was inspiring, Alex. It was just very inspiring.
Thank you, Jason, with your new face.
Uncle John,
you're up.
Okay, so I've been watching this thing on the speaker view instead of the gallery view. And I'm recommending you go to the speaker view because when somebody speaks, you get the full screen of them and you don't have to look on the little thumbnail sketches of everybody and you catch everybody's tones and inflections. So you might
my father, the full effect, always the full effect.
That's right, Jackie. That's
You can,
right.
hey, John, you could have two devices so that you could see everybody and then project the speaker view on the big screen.
Correct. That would be a great.
You got the best of all your world.
Always Jason with the technology Jesus there. I love it.
we just did that. That was a good idea, John and Jason.
And I do want to point out to everybody that Jason just shaved, and it's an amazing transformation. Take a look.
Grandma, can you see it?
He always looks good. Come on.
But Uncle Mark, on the meanwhile, has had
just shaved.
Who?
Jason.
Really? Where is he?
Uncle Mark did what?
I want to see the picture. Get in the picture.
What did Uncle Mark?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Here, Grandma.
back in the
Here's my new look.
picture.
Here's the new.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's
The
coming
new
back.
me. There you go.
Look at him, Patty. Look at him, Patty.
And just, and you may not have been able to see it, but the goal was,
Where is he?
twofold to make sure that you could, see my beautiful face and to make sure that I upstaged my little sister during her little speech. So mission accomplished.
You know what? You're not on my screen. I want to see that beautiful face.
You'll have to review we'll have to review the meeting recording. We'll have to go to playback. We'll go to
Get
the
him
replay.
in there. He's not in there.
I thought Mary was recording this whole thing. I hope she is.
Yeah, I was, but I stopped.
Just so you know,
I'm recording it also, so.
I can't.
Yeah.
Hey, there's that handsome face. Thank you, Jason. You see how handsome? Why would you hide
welcome,
that
Grandma.
face with that ugly beard?
Oh, I was over it. Believe me, I was over it. I was, but
good.
haircut next week, and life will be back to normal. I can't stand it,
Good.
especially with the mask.
Mark,
The mask
what
is
happened
awful.
to you?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Oh my God. Santa Claus.
This thing's been going on for so long. I've grown a beard.
The white one. I'm
You
good.
need to go in and shave it.
White hat.
Let me shave
Good
it
guy.
off. I know. That's you. That's
White
you
beard.
love it.
Good guy.
You like his beard, I know. So you know what?
Yeah,
Do what your wife. Don't listen to your mother after you're married. That's my best advice. If Beth likes it, keep it. A happy wife is a happy life.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
That's always my advice to the guys.
Yeah.
I have to, whatever the wife wants, she's the right. Right, Mark? You agree? Okay. And how about
Drink to
you, Mark?
that.
Are you in on that? And the rest of you?
Yes.
All right, I'll drink to
That's
that.
my speech. That's my speech. Johnny, you learned that, right? Happy wife is a happy life.
Anyone?
Best advice any mother can give you. It's always great.
Anyone from Zampano and higher still want to go?
AJ,
Beth, you want to go again?
AJ, Melissa.
Holster.
Yeah, how much grandma
And
likes
porn dates.
Older.
You really need to go back to terms. You really.
Those are fighting words.
Just trying to move it along a little bit. Anyone else? Milano, Mark, Herbert.
I think all we have is AJ, right? I mean, that's all we haven't heard from in this group, I think.
Find AJ.
Let's find AJ.
Here's AJ. I've got AJ.
Good eater.
AJ.
Unmemorable.
Good eater.
I do love that Bobby has switched hats again. It's great.
I do. I love the white hat.
AJ.
I vote yes on the white hat.
Wow, I like that.
He is the captain.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
boy.
wow. Is that a Marine hat?
This is
The Marine hat.
Oh, there it is. He's still got the white hair.
I'm wearing this because
Keith, Keith,
I'm
is
at the
that
bottom.
yours from,
It's
from West Point?
Take a beard off.
got Tom Brady on the butt. So.
Put my little white hat on.
Tom Brady.
We should hear from the graduate.
Oh, me?
But we didn't hear from Mark Senior yet.
Yes, you did.
Hey guys, hold on. Mark, AJ is back. AJ's back. Okay,
AJ's here.
AJ, would you like to
Everybody
say
mute.
something?
You and I have a few memories together. I'd love to hear one that you're thinking of.
AJ.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes. There's so many we can't remember which one that was the
Yeah,
best,
I don't know
right?
if you really want to hear about it. It's just the first thing that comes to mind is the Mom Bid 7 video. Because I never actually was there. I just remember seeing the video. But that struck me. Maybe visiting when you were in Fort Pierce.
Oh, okay. Before I moved in with you?
Yeah, maybe that's what before. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'd love to hear it.
Well, my memory's kind of shoddy.
That's okay.
Not yet.
Nothing about my memories. I'm hiding them with my dinosaur.
I just remember you were always carrying Grandma, taking care of Grandpa. And when I would go, and you'd always try to cook me. So anytime I go near you in the kitchen, you always try to give me food. You'd always try to give me like sausages or like pasta, you know.
You mean tried to feed you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
It was your
unusual
motherly-
for me
it
to
was your
do
motherly
that.
instinct.
I never tried to feed anybody.
Right.
You know what? I've got one for you, AJ, and I'm sure you're going to remember this. This is before you met Melissa, and you two got together. And if you recall, you and I used to have many visits almost every night or sometime during the day. There wasn't a day that went by when you weren't in with me and spent, I would say on average, an hour with me. And we would just talk about everything. Can you remember that? And all of the things we discussed? Anyway, a lot of it was very private, and I'm not going to go into it, but I love that. And I cherish those times with you. And I will always love you and remember those times. They were very special. So thanks for the memories, AJ. You remember that? Do you remember those times when we had our talks?
Yes.
Yeah. No need to go into anything. But I loved your sharing your confidences with me. That was beautiful. And the rest of you seem to have all done that at some point with me. And I respect you all so much. And I will never forget anything that was ever said to me. But
Can I have the floor for a sec?
Memories.
Hey, Mom, can I have the floor?
Yes, I'm done.
Take your screen and tilt it down so I can see more than your forehead, please.
My screen. How's that?
More. Too much. Up. There you go. Now to your right.
There you go.
Right there.
Much better.
No, just a bit outside.
Tilt it down. There you go. Yay! Too much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you,
There,
Mom.
how's that?
Oh, beautiful. That's gorgeous. Fantastic.
Okay, I got it.
Oh yeah, me too. Thanks, Ma.
Yeah, I had to hold it till she had to prop it up with something. So is that good? How's that?
Much better, much better.
Okay, we got a contest with the hats. Look at this.
I win.
The Mark Jr. and the Mark Sr. and Beth and Charlene and Patty.
Do you see me?
Wait a minute, I gotta change screens. Hold on. Oh my God. Is this style, what is that, 10-6?
It's the size. It's the, here, we'll do it this way. It doesn't matter what it says.
Oh, it doesn't matter, okay.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
So I win.
That looks something out of, what is the book where that is?
It's from
Alice in Wonderland.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah.
Good on you. Hell yeah.
Grandma, can I compliment you?
Pretty hard to,
Can I give you the
I
toast?
don't know if I can stand another compliment.
Oh, well,
I'm
too
not
bad.
used to
I'm one of the youngest. I have to say something.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So I would definitely say you're one of the wisest people I know. I remember even when I was little. Okay. I remember even when I was little, when you would come visit us in Miami, whenever I was studying, because I was always studying, you would always say, Katie, take breaks. Your brain needs a break. And so even in college, I take breaks for studying and I taught my friends those tricks and it actually works. And I say, my grandma taught me that. And so I just graduated summa cum laude and I think it's all because of you, Grandma, because you taught me how to take breaks when I studied.
Thank you. I'm so glad it worked. And
It does
work
work.
with me. How about writing in the margins and highlighting? Did you do all that too?
Yep, and I write in the margins and highlight. Yes, I have different colors.
That's what saved me for testing. Highlight and writing in the margins. That was and taking breaks. It was all good. So yeah, I got fun around here trying to join the party.
I would say my earliest memory of you, I have two. Both of them were when I wasn't with my parents and I wasn't with Max, which is why I think the memory stayed in my brain. I remember I was 2 years old, 2.5 probably, and I visited Fort Pierce with you and Grandpa, and I spent a whole weekend there without my family. And I remember, she didn't like that one. This is good.
Yeah, sorry, there's a bug trying to get in my face.
I don't want that for you.
Okay, let's try again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
I was saying that my earliest memories with you, one was when I was 2.5 and I visited Fort Pierce when you and Grandpa lived there. And I remember we went on a little walks together and you took me to the mall and you spoiled me and bought me a teddy bear, which I still have. And I just really remember enjoying that time. And I remember you had the beds that folded into the wall in the Fort Pierce house that then came down.
That was my Murphy bed.
I thought it was so cool. So I love spending time with you and Grandpa without my parents. That was cool.
Do you remember the time when I was trying to, I don't know, have fun, I think. And I said, let's go outside in the sprinklers. And it was in Fort Pierce's backyard. And I think you were very young. And it was awful because you went outside barefoot and in your swimsuit. And the red ants attacked your legs. I'm telling you, I was so upset. I was crying. I didn't know what to do. You're full of these ant fights and him trying to do a good thing, and here you're miserable. I will never forget that episode. I still apologize for.
It's okay.
Do you remember when that happened? Yeah, that was
and you
not
bought
fun.
me a teddy bear, so it was okay.
Is Mark? I'm not Mark, but is Max around? I have a few memories with him. Doesn't he have any memories with me?
Yeah, I think I'll pass the camera to him now. But the last memory, the last memory I wanted to share really quick was when you and Grandpa took me and Alex to SeaWorld. I was 3 or 4 years old. You took us to SeaWorld. And it was me and Alex, and it was so cool. And then we went to like the water park area and got wet. It was just so much fun. That was my other memory.
I don't remember that. Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's okay. I do. It's a great memory.
Sounds fun. I'm glad you have such good memories. I'm so happy.
All right.
Okay, wake up, Max. You must have had a late night last night. Was there a concert? Late concert? Were you up late last night?
Hi,
there
Grandpa.
He is.
Happy
Hi,
birthday,
Max.
Grandpa.
Yeah. Are you growing a mustache?
No.
Oh, you just didn't shave. I was gonna say, I've just gotten used to beards on my children and my grandchildren. Now I got another one growing a beard and a mustache. No.
I don't have facial hair.
Oh, there. No, that's better. It was just the
I
lighting.
think it's just a shadow.
Okay, I
My
won't
hair's grown
interrupt
twice
again.
as long as Bobby's has, but I find time to shave.
I won't. I promise I won't interrupt again. I have a bad habit doing that. So, your turn. Go.
Oh, you've
One,
earned
two,
it,
three,
Grandpa.
go.
I just wanted to share because I've been thinking pretty much about one thing this whole time while I watch kind of everyone in the Zoom session and everyone whenever we have family reunions and whatnot. I think in my lifetime, I've been to like 5 or 6 Herbert family reunions. And I think the thought I always think about from my perspective is I think about what you must have been like before you started this big, amazing family. You know, like I'm 19 right now.
I grew up in a big, amazing family.
Right. But it didn't come from you yet. So I'm the same way. I come from a big family too. And I'm thinking of you in the past and thinking of how you must have been like me watching this big, amazing family and wanting one for your own. And now thinking decades and decades later, how through kind of years and years of lots of patience and lots of forgiveness for all of us, you've kind of come to have it yourself. And I think that's something that's really special. And I think it's something that we are right to celebrate. And, you know, it all comes from you. So we're all really grateful for you. And I hope that you are really proud of all of us and all that we do and all the fact that we all love you.
I certainly am. I couldn't be prouder of all of you. And can I just mention one memory that I have many memories of you also, but this one thing about you I'd like to share. And it's anytime we were together at any functions or anything like that, I usually opted to be in my wheelchair because it was just too cumbersome with tables and chairs around for me to try and maneuver and walk. And you were so Johnny on the spot for anything I ever needed, no matter what it was, to help me out of the chair, to put the chair away, to get the chair for me. But I just want to know, I want you to know about one experience I had asked you for and never realizing how it was going to be reacted upon by you. But anyway, I had asked you to help me to go to the ladies' room. And you did not say a word. And you just kind of looked at me, but then you just said, sure. I said, are you okay? You said, yeah. And I never was suspecting or thinking anything. And you took me to the ladies' room and you waited outside. And I know at your age, you were pretty young. that you were embarrassed and I had asked you to do something that I should not have. I should have gotten, you know, one of the girls to take me or something, but I will never forget. And I thank you for that because you never said a word to me about it. You just helped me and took care of me and wheeled me back to the party and never mentioned it. But I did want to mention that to you, and I've been meaning to for years, and I never have. And this has given me the opportunity to do it.
A true gentleman.
I apologize for doing that to you and putting you in that predicament.
You don't have
are we still good pals?
We are definitely good pals.
Okay.
I just
and listen, in all these years, you've never changed. And of course, the same goes for all you grandchildren. You're always there helping me, no matter when I'm with you or see you. You're all sweet, and I just can't say enough. And I don't want to. I seem to be monopolizing things and saying the most, and I didn't mean to do that. You were all here to talk to me.
It's your birthday.
I
Go,
know,
Grandma.
but
It's your birthday. Go, Grandma. It's your birthday. Keep talking.
So honestly, I believe that I'm glad that you mentioned the last thing you said, because I really only learned to help you by watching all my older cousins do the same thing and take on the same.
There you go. He's saying what I'm trying to say. Thank you all.
Yeah,
for all your help
because
always.
Marky or Melissa or Jason or Jackie or Alex or anyone that would always kind of help.
Everybody. There's nobody. I don't want to include anybody. We're all just. This is almost a perfect family, but we're not quite perfect. But in my eyes, you will be always. I love you all forever. Thank you for everything. What?
Here's my dad.
We are a perfect family. And I gotta say, doing this Zoom call has really, like, an aside from all of this, it's bringing up my first memories with all of you and like really special memories that I have with each and every one of you. And I miss you all so much. And I love you all so much. And I just hope everyone is so healthy and safe. And wow, I really miss you guys. It's bringing a tear to my eye.
Jackie, you're making me cry.
I wish I was still there to hear this. I got a great memory of him in Mexico with you.
That's a good cry. It's a good cry. That's what you call a happy cry.
I miss you all and I love you all. And I'm so glad that we could be here for Grandma. And thank you so much. Seriously, best family ever. Oh my God, I love Uncle Mark. Look at this now.
Hey, Jackie, that needs a toast. That needs a toast. Great family. Great family toast.
Wow.
You're right, Bobby. That needs a toast.
I'm glad we did this. This is our experiment.
100%. So glad. Thank you so much, Aunt Mary, for organizing this. You are amazing.
Oh, you are all that make me that way, if I am. And it, you know, you become like the people you associate with. And truly, all I really associate nowadays, especially, is with my family. So,
well, we couldn't be in better company.
Well, if I'm improving, I thank you all, because it has to be your fault.
Well, we're almost at the end, Mom, but that means it's my family, as you have Katie and you've had Max. So it's George's turn, okay?
Julie.
Okay, sure. Hi, George.
How
You
are
didn't
you?
go and shave your beard? You still
I
have-
am not going to shave my beard just yet, but I will. I've been thinking of all the things and all the memories, and I have two of them that I can think of that come up to me. One is one of the first times I met you. It was at Greater Trace. Mary and I went over to have dinner, and you had made me a martini. And I said, I would like to have an olive with that martini. And you told me, go get an olive at your refrigerator. And I opened your refrigerator door and I saw what seemed like the holy grail of food. Just this refrigerator full of food. I'm first generation immigrant and I have never seen so much food. And then your mom, Mary, told me that's just for you and your husband and whoever else comes to your house, which obviously you like to entertain and take care and feed people. So that was an amazing, to this point, I don't think I've ever seen a refrigerator.
George. You know what, George? I actually remember your words. I don't know if you remember, but you stood there with the door open and you said, Mary, come here. Come here. Do you remember him calling you over? And he said, look at this. He says, why doesn't our refrigerator look like this? Yes. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was life goal.
Those were your
I've always wanted a refrigerator as full as yours. And the second one I have, the second memory is when Katie was born. And we came from the hospital. They actually let us have this precious child we had no idea what we were going to do. And you came and spent a couple of days with us around the Valentine's Day. And you taught everything we needed to do to be able to take care of Katie. We had no idea of how to take care of a child. So you taught us
for yourself.
step by step. And that was awesome because I learned a whole lot.
Thank you. I think Sherry and Kurt can relate to that because I remember when Marissa was born. And I forgot what yellow jaundice I think you had, or you had something like that. Yeah, and she came home and she was in like a glass encased shell. And she had to have this special light on her 24 hours a day. And Kurt, I remember especially because I think us girls, we don't get so nervous so fast. And I think Sherry had things, I know she had things pretty well in control. But Kurt was, don't mind me saying this, almost a nervous wreck. He was so wanting to do everything for Marissa. And he kept asking me, now, what should I do about this? And is that, and thank you for helping us. And are you sure this is okay? And he just went on. So Marissa, you have to know how much you were loved. Your dad and your mom, finally, when you were able to get out of that thing, and, I guess it just cured you. I'm not sure about, you can ask them about it. They'll fill you in. Did you know that story?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay. But anyway,
I didn't.
George's story about Katie coming.
But I didn't know that my dad was such a nervous wreck. But
your dad was. I mean, your mom was concerned naturally, but women just naturally are born to take care of kids. They just know it. They have the instincts to know what to do for a baby.
Julie.
And guys are a little bit apprehensive in the beginning, and it's understandable. But anyway, I think we finally calmed him down.
Julie.
Yes. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember. I have more to say.
Okay, good. What happened to your picture? You're gone. Is your picture gone?
We're here.
We're right here.
Oh, for some reason you're not coming up on my screen, but that's okay. Go ahead and say it.
We're right here.
Here, maybe. Do you see him?
When Marissa was born.
Patty's trying to get your picture on here. There you are. Okay. Perseverance pays off.
One of my memories when you flew to Montrose when Sherry was pregnant, you flew in, we picked you up at the airport, came to the house, and about an hour later, after you'd only been here an hour, and you said, I got to go to the supermarket. you borrowed our car, went to the supermarket. About an hour later, you came and you packed that refrigerator just full of food.
Like George said.
Opened the door and things were falling out.
Oh, George would have been happy. George
loved it, Julie.
That.
Can't thank you enough for being here.
Oh, you know what? That was always so much fun for me. I found out as I lived my life that I was at my happiest when my children were happy and taken care of, and whenever I could do anything, it just brought me so much joy because I don't know, it just was something that I felt inside when I knew that everything was okay and my kids were okay, and it just was wonderful. And it may be because I love you all. So thank you for being the people you are. You're doing all this, and today you all surpass anything I've ever done. There you go. Thank you all for everything.
Yeah, Mom.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. I'll drink to that.
Here.
I think this is my third glass. I don't believe it. I keep sipping on it.
Third glass. Look at that, Grandma.
Oh, Peter.
Peter.
Oh, it's not Peter. It's Tony. You know what it is, Tony? Tony, it's a haircut.
Oh, is that Tony?
That's Peter's haircut. And all I could see at first was, doesn't it look like Peter?
Hey, Tony, you look like Tony. You don't look like Pete. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Pete. Tony, you look like Tony.
And you look just the top. Just the forehead. Forehead and the haircut. That's Peter.
I've been quarantined a long time.
Hello, John.
I love it. I love it. It's hysterical.
How are you?
Nutter.
She took her earbud out.
Can I cue it?
Yeah, I can't hear him. What? I can't hear you, John. Let Patty raise the volume. Hold on. No, I think I need.
It's as loud as it gets.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, John. I'm overwhelmed. This is just too much. It's so wonderful, you know, to be. I feel so blessed. You look so good. You look so good. How is Jean any better today? Is she eating? Is she eating again? Oh, good. Do me a favor, John. You give her a hug for me, will you? And say God bless you and hug for you too, okay? God bless you. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Bye.
No, when is
I thought that was Pete.
Wednesday, wait. No.
Boy, look at that haircut above. The ears and the haircut. Are they all going away? Oh, okay. Oh, goodbye to John.
Hey, Grandma.
So we're playing games. What are we doing?
Grandma.
Trying.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, waving.
All right.
I'm right here, Grandma.
All right.
Grandma.
Well, Mom.
Hi.
We should move this over here.
Grandma.
Hey, Mark and Beth, what is that behind you? That's flashing.
TV.
The disco ball.
It's a party. We're at the club. We're in a club, Mom.
A crystal
party
ball.
club.
Disco.
Oh, I
can't wait to see the changes that you guys have made to the Miami Shores house.
I'm just speaking.
All right.
Day before Mother's Day and spent the day with me, and he showed me all the pictures, so it's progressing and it's beautiful. And I will not recognize the house when I see it again.
I think the same thing. I think the same thing.
I approve. You've got my stamp of approval on it. 5 stars.
Mom, I'm
Great.
buddying
I love it.
Listen,
I love everything you guys have done. You should be so proud. I love it. Enjoy it. Good health. What?
Mom, this has been happening to me all my life. I'm number 6 of 7. And number 16, and when Peter's 7, that he has a whole different category than I do.
Well, that's why you became a lawyer, right?
No. I don't know. True.
That wasn't meant to be derogatory. That was a compliment.
Well,
okay, take it as such.
It's my turn.
Mom, what did you make for Grandma?
All right.
What did I make for Grandma? I don't know.
No, Katie. So I just want to say there's 43 people in your immediate circle that are directly responsible because of you.
Are
right?
you serious?
So listen.
I never counted.
No, listen. We know there's John, Kathy, Sherry, Mark, Patty, Mary, and Peter. That's the original 7. But that's where
Right.
it just begins, right? So then we have Jean and Bob and Kurt and Beth and Tony and George and Shannon.
Wow.
Let's talk about your grandkids. All
Oh,
right.
wow.
There's JL and Jackie. There's Bobby and Christy. There's Marissa, Mark Jr. There's Jason, Melissa, AJ, Christopher, and Alexandra.
Wow.
Katie and Max. And then Tasha and Peyton. All right, that's 15. So then we talk about the spouses of your grandchildren. So we have, just not in order, we have Keith, we have Becca, we have Charlene, we have Dawn, Stephen, and Melissa, and Natasha's husband is Jesse. So that's 7 more.
Wow.
And then you have your great grandkids, 6 great grandchildren. There's Bobby, 3, and Bryn. There's Ashley and Lauren. There's Luca and Natalie. And then there's a spouse of your great grandchild, which is Ariel.
Well, you forgot.
I haven't finished. I haven't finished. And
Okay.
then you have your great grandkid.
No, I didn't mean those. You forgot great grandchildren. You forgot grandchildren.
I said Peyton and Natasha.
I did.
I did.
I missed it. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. And then your great granddaughter is Madeline, right?
Right.
So that's 43 people, and these screens represent just part of them, but they're all so important to you. Are so important to each of us, and we all love you incredibly to the moon and back, around the world, forever and ever.
And you have to know the same goes for me, for all of you. There's no doubt about it.
You know, you and I have our little thing where we write each other our little notes and our letters, and you know how I feel. And I think as much as I love words of affirmation, and I do, my way of showing love a lot of times is to do things. I like to do things for people. So that's why I wanted to do this party, but I also wanted to share something with not just you, but with my whole family. And I put together about a 10-minute video. So let's say that's 9 years per minute, although it doesn't work out that way. But if you guys would all indulge me, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to put the video on now so we all can see it together. Okay?
Okay. Will I be able to hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to mute everybody, and I'm going to say happy birthday. I'm going to mute everybody now.
How do I get
One
the
thing.
picture?
Go back.
How do I get the picture from your video?
You don't have to worry. You don't have to do a thing. I'm going to automatically do it through Zoom.
Oh,
through Zoom, I'm going to do it.
I didn't.
Okay.
All right.
Well, no, I was trying to.
I can't. I keep talking.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Which is.
Oh, you know what? I can test it on this one. We know when it's shared. And I'll put the volume on this briefly so I can see if I can hear it.
Oh, did you hit? Sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm going to redo it because you have to hit share computer sound.
Okay.
Okay, unmute me. Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
It's your computer sound.
We hear you, Mark.
So back to while Mary's doing this, when we were talking about the changes in the house, I want everybody to know that we're broadcasting from the middle of the dungeon right now with no extra lights on whatsoever. This is natural light in this house, finally.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's your real hair.
And this is my real hair.
That is amazing.
Hey, Mark. Mark,
Yeah.
it's Bob.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, do you remember when I bet you couldn't chug a gallon of milk in a minute?
Yeah, I thought about that the other day. Remember I couldn't. Remember that I couldn't. Blew it all over the backyard.
Yeah,
Here we
you
go.
blew it.
Here we go.
Okay.
Go.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta fazool, that's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Excuse me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore.
If I were a rich man with $1 million or $2 million,
I'd live in a penthouse in a room with a view.
And if I were handsome,
no way
it could happen, 'cause dreams do come true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Wouldn't have nothing.
Can I tell you something? For years I have envied.
You agreed with it.
Your grace and your charm. Everyone loves you, you know.
Yes, I know, I know, I know.
But I must admit it. Big guy, you always come through. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you.
You and me together,
that's how it always should be.
One without the other don't mean nothing to me.
Nothing to me. Yeah, I wouldn't be nothing if I didn't have you to serve. I'm just a punky little eyeball and a funky optic nerve. never told you this. Sometimes I get a little blue.
Looks good on you.
But I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you.
Let's dance.
Look, Ma, I'm dancing. Would you let me lead? Look at that, it's true.
You're better than the best. I'm lucky just to linger in your light. Cooler than the flip side of my pillow. That's right. Completely unaware. Nothing can compare to where you send me. Lets me know that it's okay. Yeah, it's okay in the moments when my good times start to fade. You make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile. Even when you're gone, somehow you come along just like a flower poking through the sidewalk crack. And just like that, you steal away the rain. And just like that, you make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile. Don't know how I live without you, 'cause every time that I get around you, I see the best of me inside your eyes. You make me smile. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. You make me smile like the sun, fall out of Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I take you just the way you are. Need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, that's forever. This I promise from the heart. I couldn't love you any better. I love
All right, we want a copy.
Good job, Mary.
Good
Thank you for successfully making me cry.
Nice job.
That was so good.
So all those memories just are so special to each of us. And it was really hard to put it all together and not, you know, cry myself. So we love you so much, Mom. And I hope that that gave you a little bit of a picture of how much you mean to us. And I did make something for you that captures all these pictures in a book. And Patty will give it to you. I had it mailed to you. So if you want to look at it again.
So this is the pictures in a book for me. Mary, thank you for doing that. And I'm overwhelmed. Just thank you. I love you all. I have no words. First time your mother is speechless.
Goal accomplished. Goal accomplished. No, really, Mom, we love you.
Love you, Mom.
I think everybody's crying.
Grandma, do you know who else's birthday it is today?
Keith. Keith's birthday.
No, Keith's birthday's next month.
Oh, I sent him a birthday card.
Grandma, look at
Bongo's birthday. It's Bongo's birthday.
Bongo's birthday.
Bongo.
My birthday is
Who
a dog.
else's birthday?
It's Bongo's birthday.
Oh, I know that.
She wants to say hi to you, Grandma.
Okay, so that's a great picture.
Those are all the pictures from the video.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Mary, do you want to give her the other one now? Mary, you might as well because everyone's here.
Yeah, we can do the gift or we can do the games, whatever you guys vote.
What do you think?
Let's finish the gifts. Let me do the
And
gifts.
Mary.
Grandma said the gifts.
I think we ought to do the gifts.
And
then we'll end with the fun games.
Okay.
Gifts or games? Mom
And
wants
Mary.
gifts.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a picture in there with me and Grandma, and I had like red and white striped shirt.
Yeah.
Can you send me that picture?
Sure.
Okay.
I can share it by Google Drive. I can share it by Dropbox. I can share the video. Whatever.
Yeah, that'd be good, Mary.
And that way you
We could
guys
do
can all have it.
Yeah, that'd be good, Mary.
That would be great.
That would be good for. I would like a copy of that video.
Got it.
Why don't you send him a text saying,
Wow.
you kid.
Okay, you got it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Guy. Loved it.
Yep, very well
Little
done.
JL.
Oh, you lost it.
Oh, okay.
Bravo, everyone. Good job.
Okay.
Wow. You guys, I'm overwhelmed. I'm wrong.
Everybody's pretty speechless.
What do you call it when you, choked up, I guess is the word. I don't know.
John Paul's in the house.
Oh my God. Thank you. Can you undo that,
Good to
please?
see y'all. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
My hands don't work that good anymore. Wow. Wow.
Send Jay else. Yeah, we forgot about that.
Oh, you did do what I asked. Oh my goodness. They asked me what I wanted and I said an iPhone and I got it.
Yay!
Oh my, oh, it's in yellow.
It's yellow.
The lampshade. You've been drinking again?
Oh, thank you all. We got the hand competition going. He's got the lampshade on his head. You guys are wonderful. Oh, no.
I want to let you know something else. I want to let you know something else. Okay. So It wasn't just your, can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
You can hear me? So I want to let you know that everyone wanted to chip in for this gift. So your children, their spouses, their children, your grandchildren, everyone wants to chip in. And talking with the gift committee, we decided with the overage, we just said, put what you want. We didn't put a number. We said, whatever you feel you want to give. We're going to add it all up and we're going to pay for the phone. So of course, your generosity that you taught us flows through, and we had an overage. So we paid for the phone, and then we have an overage. So I have a check here. I have a check here for $514.
Oh my God.
To cover all your expenses, which will probably be, you won't have to pay a cell phone bill at least for the whole year, because we want you to use it. We want you to FaceTime us. We want you to call us, text us. Send emojis.
I think the first thing I want to do with it is go and get tutored on the iPhone and really learn how to use it. Because I've had an Android all my time with a regular Android phone. That's the only one I've ever owned. And my first introduction is the iPad, which I know kind of, but not really. And I would like to, if there's a place that has gives the instruction, I'd like to go there and do the instructions and really learn how to use it. I can use it and want to use it.
Let me tell you what happens when you buy an Apple phone. You will get those instructions. Your device,
or like a tutor online.
Yeah, it comes with Jason.
Unfortunately, Jason.
No, let me tell you, you'll like this. Okay. First of all, in a couple weeks, when we get the all clear in a couple weeks, and Patty and Tony think it's safe, we're going to come and visit, and my family's going to give you the whole run through also. But in addition to that, when the Apple stores open and it's safe to go to an Apple store, they will do that for free for you. You don't have to pay for it.
Oh, really?
So
wow.
We can even go with you if you want. So you have a lot of other people that will be happy to walk you through it, at least just to get you set up.
You know what? I need a videographer. I'd like to have that meeting with the Apple people, introducing me to everything taped. So
YouTube, Mom.
The brain of mine is, I can't
everything's on YouTube.
Remember everything, because
everything's
not YouTube. What it used to be. I need to have something I can refer to.
It's very intuitive, Mom. It's very easy to use.
That's what I was going to say.
For you, maybe, but you don't know what it's like for a 90-year-old. So
you're super smart.
You've got Jason. That's the most important. He's close. Explain it. He's patient. Way better than YouTube or an Apple tech.
What are you talking about?
Great.
I want to meet that guy.
Jason.
Patient. I don't know about patient. I don't know. How did that get? Where did that come from?
Funny. Did I say funny?
That's a normal, natural thing to do, Jason. You're always there to answer everybody's questions. That's your fault.
Patty, right next across the bathroom.
Sorry, this is probably 10 years ago, maybe more. But Grandma was at my house, and she had her computer.
I like anything.
She had her computer on our kitchen table, and I said, "Grandma, can I use your computer for a minute?" And it was an Apple. It was like a first generation Apple. And she pulled it up. She said, "Sure," and she gave it to me. And I said, "I don't know how to use this thing." So, Grandma, you've always been ahead of the curve. I'll just tell you that.
For sure.
This curve is getting a little crooked now. It's not as straight. Almost a straight line. So there's no curve anymore. It's stopped. I'm stopped at the optimum point of learning, I think. but not everything. I've still got a little room left to learn the iPhone and a few other things.
Yeah, many more.
You know what?
Don't forget, Patty is right next door through the bathroom.
I
She
know.
knows how to use an iPhone really well.
Oh, good. Well, she's going to be seeing a lot more of me, that's for sure.
She doesn't care.
She's going to say, why did we ever give her that iPhone?
Okay, Mary, the game or the cake?
Yeah, game. Okay, ready for game?
Oh, yes.
Game
yeah,
is
sure.
on.
Two thumbs up.
Go ahead.
2 thumbs up. Right. Yeah, you know what? I have FaceTime on my iPad. I have FaceTime. No, but on
Not
my
on the Apple
iPad,
platform.
On my iPad.
We got you, Mark Jr. We got you.
I have it.
Yeah, you Apple elitist.
Yes,
Yeah, but
absolutely.
those of you.
All right, you've all been muted because we're going to start the game and I want to get your attention. And this is how we're going to play the Family Feud. The first team is going to be the men, and that consists of John Sr., Mark Sr., Steve Schweitzer, Mark Jr., and JL. Are you all still ready, willing, and able to play? Thumbs up. All right. The girls, the ladies are represented by Kathy Mensick, Sherry Eisgreen, Charlene Herber, Marissa Eisgreen, she's still there, and Katie Millian. Ready to go? Thumbs up. All right, so unmute. The first two people that need to unmute is Kathy, unmute, and John Sr., unmute. I don't know. All right. I asked Mom, list your top favorite types of food in order of preference. Well,
Uncle John.
Uncle John. Thank you, Alex. You need to tell us that. And Uncle John?
Spaghetti and meatballs. Italian.
Number one answer. Go.
Want to play, guys?
Guys, you want to play? Unmute on the team. Pass or play? This is pass. This is play. This is pass.
We're playing or passing? We're playing. Okay, we're gonna play. We're playing.
All right.
Wait, I just want to say something. Next time, remind us how this game works. Because I thought you were going to say given answers, and I was thinking we had to put them in order. So anyway, sorry.
Buzz in.
Messed us up, and the boys get to play.
That's all right.
I agree. I want the rules because I haven't played I think in 50 years.
I had
rules.
Okay, I had assumed you remembered. I apologize, but I think you may have a chance to steal. So listen to these answers carefully. So, next up is Mark Sr. Give me an answer.
About salad.
Salad.
A nationality. Besides the nationality.
Asked it that.
Steven Schweitzer, you're up.
Can you re-ask the whole question?
Yes. List Mom top 5 favorite foods in order of preference. Number 1 was the pasta and the sauce.
All right. Beans and greens.
Maybe just
pasta. All right. Next up is Mark Jr.
Spaghetti meatballs.
Italian.
Pasta and sauce. It was pasta sauce with any type of pasta. Spaghetti, ziti.
The meat sauce.
Then
Next
one.
10 seconds.
Gee, I don't think so.
What do you say, garlic bread?
Okay, that's freeze right, girls.
Say garlic bread.
Can we discuss?
You can.
Yeah, you can discuss.
I think.
I'm the timer. They got 15 seconds.
I think we should say Chinese.
Roast beef sandwiches.
Chinese.
Lasagna is not pasta and sauce.
Yeah, I was thinking lasagna.
Roast beef sandwiches.
No, lasagna, Katie.
Doesn't lasagna fall with the pastas?
No,
5 seconds.
no, it's layered.
No, lasagna is a pasta.
They-
Yeah, but I'm thinking mom's
Sorry, time is up. I need an answer from Aunt Kathy.
How come I know this and they don't know?
I need an answer from Aunt Kathy.
I'm gonna kill my team here, but I think that mom's thinking that anything Italian goes with that. So I think her next favorite cuisine is Chinese.
No.
Okay.
Ah.
The boys get 25 points because that was.
Wait, meatloaf
Can you
on
read
there.
what the other ones were?
So I'm going to. So my scorekeepers, you know who you are.
I got it.
25 points. Let me reread it. 'Cause I think you guys got hooked up on favorite food and somehow you turned it into cuisine. And that wasn't the question. It was her favorite food. So number 1, pasta sauce with any variety of pasta. Number 2 was turkey, preferably Thanksgiving turkey dinner. Number 3 was prime rib or standing rib roast, preferably a crispy.
Prime rib. We're calling
Number-
everybody.
Number 4, mom's favorite, but when she visits, serve her this. King crab legs with lots of fresh lemon squeezed juice.
King crab legs.
And number 5, fried fish sandwich with all the trimming. Am I right, Mom? Those are your answers. Mark, next up. And Mark Senior Hooper, ready for action.
Ready for action.
All right, who are the two, Mary? Mary, who are the two?
I
Who are
don't
the two
understand.
Okay, so
Okay,
you're up.
ready for action.
The two of you are going head to head to answer. The first person who answers gets their team to do.
Are we supposed to read?
Are we gonna buzz in?
Mary, Mary, I thought I was, I'm watching both. The first to raise their hand, yeah? That was the idea.
I have buzzers or dings. What do you got?
Supposed to ring a bell?
Yes.
Okay, they can ring a bell.
That means we know the answer. We
Yeah.
don't shout out.
Right.
Correct. Ring the bell.
Against two.
So let me hear your ring. Let's test it. And Mark, let's hear yours. Mark? Are you muted?
Muted.
You're muted.
Say ding.
No, he's not muted. No, he's not muted. The Zoom tries to not do sharp noises. So
There.
Break the glass.
it's better to do
Here we
visual.
go.
All right, I'll give you a visual.
No, we heard it. We heard it. Second question, also worth 100 points. Mom, list your all-time favorite movies in order of preference.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind is there, but it's number 5.
Ah.
So
That's
you
what I was
have
gonna
the
say.
opportunity to pick 1 through 4. That's 15 points.
I'm not hearing well.
Okay, so Mark, the question was Mom's top 5 favorite movies.
Okay.
Mark said Gone with the Wind. That was number 5. So if you can think of 1 through 4, your team gets to play. And you have 15, how much? 15 seconds.
Pass, Mark, pass it.
Maybe Christmas Carol, Sherry.
No, you cannot help her.
Can't help. You cannot help.
When do we get to help?
We don't know how to play this.
Only when he's doing it.
Remember the game.
15 seconds.
And I
You
thought
guys think of this-
But I thought I was supposed to.
15 seconds.
Instead of,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
What
10,
is
10
it?
seconds, Sherry.
That movie with Heidi. Shirley
Heidi?
Temple.
not here.
That's Dad's. We'll pass.
Okay, so the boys are passing to the girls to play this game. Right now, they have 15 points for Gone with the Wind. My
Oh, I know what it is. Sound of Music.
It's not your turn now. Sorry.
Turn is it?
Now it's Charlene's turn. Charlene,
Sound of Music.
list one of Mom's
You
favorite
can't do that. No, she has to say Sound of Music now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Shall I mute?
I'm taking somebody else's answer.
Okay. Next is Marissa.
Sound of Music.
No, I'm sorry. That was Grandpa's, not Grandma's. All right. For the sake. Yeah.
She's speaking.
Who gets to say?
Go.
I can't hear you. I can't hear
It's
you.
a Wonderful Life.
Ding, 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 the number one answer.
All right, 2 more to go.
Scorekeeper, 26 points. Round's not over. You're still alive. Now it's Kathy's turn. 26 is Wonderful Life.
Okay, well, when we were kids, it used to be a Christmas Carol.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a Christmas Carol. Or Christmas Carol. No, Mother, you forgot.
So boys, you have the chance to steal. Before I tell you her answers, there's 3 unchosen answers on the board still.
All right, you have
Okay, guys, I have a couple. Godfather or Forever Young. What do you think? No, we have to steal. So is Forever Young or Godfather?
Forever Young. Yeah.
Forever Young? Okay,
Yeah.
we go with Forever Young.
Oh, no, he's not.
He said Forever Young.
Forever Young.
Yes.
Forever Young.
Girls win the point. Girls win the point.
What'd she say?
Okay, girls win the points. The answer was the number 2 movie, A Tale of Two Cities.
I was gonna say that.
Of Two Cities.
The number 3 movie, Les Miserables.
Less Miserable.
And number 4,
A sports movie.
Braveheart.
Braveheart. Not Forever Young.
Number 3 players, Charlene and Steven.
Charlene, yes.
But I'm not picking. How many points was that for the girls?
41.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Charlene
you.
and who?
Steven and Charlene. You guys ready? Okay. Question number 3. The top 5 sports that Mom likes the best.
Steven's got it.
He's muted.
Unmute him, please. He raised his hand.
Raise his hand.
What's the answer?
So did I. Yeah.
But he
Matt, you probably steal it.
Let's change it to raising.
We're going to change it to raising hands, I think.
Yeah, the visual's easier, Mary. The sound doesn't work.
I think so. Go ahead, Steven.
Baseball.
5 seconds.
Baseball is number 4 on her list. 30 points.
Good answer.
30 points. So Charlene, you still have the ability to take the board with an answer.
I know.
Yes.
Hey, you want a player pass? Player pass.
Yeah, for sure. Quiet, doggies.
All right, there's only 3 answers left. Marissa, I don't see you. There you are.
Okay. I'm
There
gonna
she is.
say golf.
Good answer.
Can you, I need you to specify men for women.
I have to
Mom.
specify.
Men's or women's? No.
Can you hear me?
To specify men's or women's?
Men's golf or women's golf?
Grandma put
Men's?
Yes. 30 points for the girls.
What was her answer?
So the number one answer is golf.
Mom, I haven't
You
got
can't specify whether it was men's or women's.
I didn't hear Melissa's answer.
Golf.
Men's golf.
Men's
And
golf.
then she had to
Good answer.
specify
All right,
whether it was men's or
Katie.
women's.
Katie is
She
next. There's
specified
2 answers
men's.
still to go.
So maybe one of the answers is
What?
women's.
No.
Hockey's the number one answer.
Yeah, knew it right now.
Hey.
Hockey's number one.
All right. So, Kathy, you're up.
What's on the board? Because it's hard for me to hear with the
Okay,
cross.
so far we have hockey, football, men's golf, and baseball.
All right.
Like women's golf.
Those were all the ones that I
Like
figured.
women's golf. You gotta guess it.
No, we don't.
Basketball? I don't know.
No. Sherry?
Do I get an answer?
Your turn.
Skiing. Olympic skiing.
Nope. Charlene, you're up.
Men's skiing.
Nope. So, guys have a chance to steal.
John, say women's golf.
15 seconds.
It's women's golf or figure skating.
Well, that's a good answer too. But she did
Or
say,
soccer.
golf.
Or
but
soccer.
she did make them specify
5 seconds.
men's golf, so you may want to say
I
women's
think
golf.
you have that
Okay.
right. Women's golf.
All right, need an answer.
Okay, you're gonna go with, the guys are gonna go with women's golf.
Women's golf.
You win.
I had a feeling.
Women's golf is correct.
All right. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
All right, so I'm going to ask my scorekeepers, how many points right now for the men's team and how many?
A boatload.
They just steal. How much did they just steal?
They just got 200.
200.
100?
Otherwise, golf would be
200.
200, Alex. 200.
Golf should have been golf.
So the boys in my count are at 225 and the girls are at 41.
All right.
I should be after the girls smoking.
I think
I'm not
we
helping you
stole
anymore.
all our points.
Ladies number 4, Marissa and Mark Jr.
Hey, Mary, are the dollar values tripled on this one?
No, they're still 200 points.
Still doubled. Okay, dollar values are still
Still
doubled.
doubled.
How many answers are on the board?
6.
Okay, so point values are doubled. Top 6 answers are on the board. Here's the question.
Mom, I asked Mom to list her top 6 favorite trips or vacations.
I guess.
Mark Jr. was first.
Mark Jr.
Mark Jr., yeah.
You need to be more specific because there have been many. Very good. That's number 2. That's number 2, and that is worth 33 points. So, Marissa, you still have an opportunity to steal the board.
I'm gonna say the cruise that was Grandma and Grandpa's, I believe, 50th and Grandpa's 80th birthday. It was like the birthday anniversary trip.
A great answer, but it didn't make her top 6.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, do we want to play? Play?
Play.
Yeah, we'll play. We'll play.
Play this one. Play this one.
We're gonna play.
Playing. Janelle, you're up.
Can you read me the question one more time?
Sure. I asked Grandma what was her top 6 favorite trips or vacations in order of preference.
Okay, Italy.
Good answer.
Excellent answer.
33 points. 33 points. Good answer.
That number 1?
What was that? The number 1 answer?
Not yet. Italy was number 4.
Okay.
Correct. John, you're up.
I'm up.
You're up.
Bermuda cruise.
Not there.
Oh, Good answer though, John. Good answer though. I'm going to say Massanutten.
Number 1.
I love the answer. It didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
All right, that's 3 strikes.
All right, Steven, you're up.
No, that was 3 strikes, Barry.
That's only one. It's 1 strike. 2 strikes. 2.
Strikes. You're up.
I got the answer too.
I'm gonna say Alaskan cruise.
Yes.
That's the answer. Good one.
Good answer, Steven.
That's number 3. That's number
Good
3.
answer.
Yeah, all right.
So the guys are still alive. Mark Jr., you're up. Mark Jr.
Mark Jr.'s up.
That'll bring Jackie.
Mark Jr.'s up, right?
Correct.
Oh, Charlene's getting ready for business.
Was not. 3 strikes. Girl.
That's okay. That's okay.
Did she ever go to the Bahamas?
I was gonna say either the Bahama trip or the Camp Dearborn. What do you guys think?
I think Bahamas.
I think Bahamas probably.
Bahamas.
Okay, we're going with Bahamas.
I would say.
Those are our favorite. I don't know if they were hers. All right, so the boys get the points.
All right. All right.
33. What
That
was
puts them over 300, Mary.
Okay.
All right, fast money.
Wait, you
Wait. I want to hear the rest of the vacations.
Here we go. Number 1 was when she went to Bavaria and was in Oberammergau. In Germany.
Bavaria.
You got number 2,
Fashion flag.
94th. You got number 3, the Alaskan cruise. You got number 4, which was Italy. Number 5 was when they went to Switzerland. And number 6,
Portugal.
Portugal. Yes.
Hey, Mom, are you still in this?
No.
What did Charlene say?
Boys, 324.
I just
Girls,
gotta
41.
ask Mom something, a question here.
Unbelievable.
I'm blown away that you love those European trips because you used to complain so much about having to be gone for so long.
She missed me.
Oberammergau was not a 94th trip. Switzerland was not a 94th trip. The first one with France and England and Germany, that was the biggest 94th trip of all of them. I just picked one from the 94th. But there were so many others. Your dad was a Norwegian, don't forget. He was a Viking. All he wanted to do was travel. So
I know, I'm just amazed that you liked the European trips over your American trips because it seemed like you didn't like that so much.
Well, Oberammergau, if you all ever get a
Please,
chance, nobody should miss.
Sensuous, yeah.
It's like a fairy tale city. There's all of the replicas of all the fairy tales that were written. And there's a castle that was, the architecture for Disney World was the same. So there's a lot of good, beautiful historical points as well as beauty. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I was supposed to go in July. So
I didn't either. I don't remember.
Guys,
Fast money, Mary. Fast money.
not yet.
22.
All right. Points are going to be tripled. This is the final round for this particular game. We got one more after this. The people that are up are Katie and JL, right?
We're raising hands.
Beat her ass, Jail. Beat her ass.
Just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Just raise
300 points.
Just raise your hand, JL.
Katie, where's there? Okay. Here we go. I asked Grandma, list your top 5 favorite desserts.
Katie's got it.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, foul.
Katie.
Chocolate.
Chocolate's a flavor, not a dessert.
No helping. No helping, Jam. No helping.
Black Forest cake.
Okay, so now it goes to Kathy. Unmute, Kathy.
I got it.
Ice cream.
You need to be more specific.
What kind of ice cream does she like?
Oh, I know.
Well, can I change my answer? I'm going to say root beer float.
That'd be Dad. That'd be
This one
Dad.
goes to John.
Butter pecan ice cream. Oh!
Dad's favorite stuff. You're thinking Dad. You think, okay, who's number 2? Sherry, you're up. Unmute. Let's unmute Sherry. There we go. Okay. Sorry. I can't hear you. Wait.
Oh, I know.
I got it.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Loud and clear.
German chocolate cake.
Oh, good answer.
You guys are crazy. I think that was Dad's.
She's not German.
Well, that was Mom's.
All right, so next is Mark Senior.
Come on, Mark.
Cannolis.
Good answer.
What is it?
Cannoli.
No.
Oh.
Take the cannolis.
I know exactly what it is.
Katie, do you believe this is the question we got?
Number 3 is Charlene. You're next. No for you. Steven may get this. Come on, Steven.
Ice cream.
All right.
3. Are you? I'm sorry. Hold on. Do you want? Nope. Steven's 3.
Come on, Steven.
Come on, Steve.
Lemon cake.
What?
Lemon cake.
Number 1 answer.
I remember that too.
I think you should totally play. I think you should play.
135 points.
Pass it.
How many answers are there?
All of them.
So there's 4.
That's it. Don't play this.
You might want to pass.
Please
pass.
We're gonna pass.
Okay, girls. So
We're in trouble.
Is it me?
it is Marissa's turn.
Okay. This might be a long shot, but what about those strawberry milkshakes that are by the Zumpanos' house?
Milkshakes.
Too long of a shot. No. Katie.
Oh, just missed.
Yeah, it's a bit outside.
Vanilla ice cream.
Pistachio ice cream. Pistachio ice cream.
No, John already said that.
She said vanilla X.
He does like the
Pistachio ice cream.
Not vanilla. So, Kathy, you're up.
I'm going to just have to go by what's always sitting by her computer when we're at her house. Chocolate chip cookies.
You doing better off?
Nice answer. Oh, that's 3.
3 strikes. They get a chance to steal.
What the hell?
Or carrot cake or sham torte or those little sham torte things.
Steal. You won. You did it.
I mean,
Carrot
You
cake.
don't need to steal. You
Carrot cake.
have
Okay, we're gonna go with
5
carrot
seconds.
cake, Mom.
Do we have to steal?
shake your head, yes or no?
Carrot cake, yes.
She's telling me. Can I guess? Pistachio ice cream.
John already said that.
I said butter pecan.
Oh.
Hey, are we all dead in the water here?
Okay, girls get the point, but the guys still won the game for fast money. But I'd like to tell you the answers, okay? So we can.
We'd like to hear them.
Let me ask you, was English toffee in there?
I'm gonna tell you the answers. Yes.
Here's the answer.
I don't know why I forgot about that.
Yes,
That
number
was
one
Dan.
was lemon cake, and that is her birthday cake that she requested. That's why Patty can't play. Number two, lemon sherbet.
Lemon sherbet or sherbet.
Number three, pistachio gelato or pistachio ice cream.
Pistachio gelato. Oh.
Number four, snowball cookies.
Snowball cookies.
And number five, English toffee.
God, what am I thinking?
All right, John, I need 2 people with fast money.
Okay, we're gonna go with Mark Jr. and JL.
All righty.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, Mark.
Go get him, kid.
JL, I don't
Oh,
know.
we're playing fast money.
Come on, Walden.
You, Uncle Mark, you should play.
No.
Oh, go get him, Walton. Knock him dead.
Nah, you'd do better than I would.
Come on, Walton.
You and your son play it. You and your son play it. It's better.
You two should call.
Yeah, okay, that's good too.
I think that's good.
All right. Mark Senior and myself will play.
Yeah.
Mary,
There we go.
Mary, how do you
Senior,
you gotta
myself
shut me
will play.
out to keep it fair, Mary?
I will. 1 second.
Okay.
Who's playing? Who's
Mark
playing?
Senior and myself.
Mark. Okay, who's going first?
You want to
Senior.
go first or second,
John.
Mark?
What's
Okay.
that, Johnny? You go.
You want me to go first or second?
Age before beauty.
So that means I go to win.
You go first.
No, Mary can just shut me off from there. She's in complete control.
I am kicking you out.
There you
I'm gonna
go.
put you- No, listen what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room where you won't
Okay.
hear. And then when you're done, I'm gonna bring you out of the waiting room.
All right, good luck, Mark.
It's just like the real thing. This is awesome.
Just so you know, Mark, I'm gonna ask John 5 questions.
I can still hear. I can still hear.
We're just listening from another place. Okay, so let me tell you what we're doing.
I
John,
can still hear.
Mark can still hear.
yes,
still
I want
hear.
you to hear. I want you to hear.
Oh,
John and Mark are going to be asked during their turn the same 5 questions. If John gets it right, you won't need to answer it. All right. So if
There's one
John,
answer.
there's only one answer to these questions. If John fell 5, slam dunk, you win all the money. But if John only gets a couple or he gets none, I'm going to ask you all the questions as well.
All right, Mark.
oh, that's a new twist. Very good, Mary. Well, way to keep it interesting.
Very good.
All right. Get Mark in the waiting room.
All right. Yeah. He's gone.
Mark is gone.
Bye.
Alex, I need you to write down these answers, okay? And
It's
John, you only have 15 seconds.
What?
To
And my
answer
time
5
starts
questions.
my time starts when you ask the first question.
Is that short? Okay, hold on. Yeah. 30? 30. How about 30? How about 30?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Per question or per all the questions?
All of them.
Oh my God, that's fast.
Read fast, Mary. Read fast.
Answer quickly.
Everybody but John. I'm gonna mute everybody again.
Read fast, Mary.
My game, damn it.
I'm muting everybody except for you, John. Unmute. I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay, read fast. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna start the timer when she finishes reading the first
No,
question.
don't let him look at.
He has to see the
Do you
timer.
want to see the timer or no?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. We're giving it for 30.
I'm at 0.
Don't start it till I ask my first question. All right. Name a job Mama always wanted but didn't have the chance to do.
Secretary.
Name a place Mom always wanted to visit but didn't get to go.
China.
Name a skill Mom always wanted to learn but never did.
Hopscotch.
Where did Dad take Mom on her first date?
The Oregon ballroom dancing.
Who was Mom's hero when she was growing up?
What?
What was the question?
Pause the time. Who was Mom's hero growing up?
President Roosevelt.
Okay. Thank you.
Good answers. Terrible answers.
Terrible, the worst answer.
All right, now we're gonna bring back Mark. I'm not gonna tell you how you did. You'll know by how many questions I asked him.
Oh, Mark. That was hard. That was tough.
Okay, Mark, you should be coming in. Is Mark in?
There.
There you are. Okay.
Hey, Mark.
All right,
Hey,
Mark.
buddy.
I,
Mark, I got 0.
If there's a repeat, do you want me to say try again? None of these are.
There won't be a repeat. Those answers were terrible, Ellen.
There might be. There might be. All right. Again,
I don't think so.
According to my screen, Mark is muted.
I will. I'm gonna hold on, guys. 1 second. All right, Mark. It's just you and me. Everyone else is muted.
Hang on.
You hear
No,
me?
we hear you. We hear you.
You're good.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to mute them.
She has to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to mute them. They get to hear though, right?
You ready?
Alex is unmuted also, in case you double any of John's answers. Any of John's wonderful answers. You have same amount. Same amount.
Okay.
All right, if he doubles, we'll give him 40. 40 seconds. Number 1, name a John. Stop. Start again. You can't cover my question. Okay, ready? Here we go. Number 1, name a job mom always wanted to have but didn't get to do. Okay, need an answer.
Air hostess.
Okay, name a place mom always wanted to visit but didn't get to go.
Alaska.
Name a skill mom always wanted to learn but didn't get to.
Pilot.
Where did dad take mom on her first date?
The movies.
Who was mom's hero as she was growing up?
Her father.
All right.
Good job, Mark. Good answers, Mark. Better than mine.
That was great. Great job, Uncle Mark. Great job.
Good answers. Good answers.
I doubt airline pilot's gonna fly.
I put that secretary, which was horrible. She already was there.
I love the puns. I love it.
There were
Hey, Mary, point of order.
Yes.
Point of order. As you read them back to me, can you tell me what John's answer was?
Oh, they were horrible.
Yes.
That's okay. I'm just curious.
Alex is gonna do that. Alex is gonna do
Okay, thank you.
that. So,
I want to be included.
I said, name a job mom always wanted to have but didn't get the chance to do. And John said,
Secretary.
and Mark said,
What?
Alex,
Decorator.
A hostess.
A hostess.
okay, neither were right. I'm not going to reveal the answer just yet, and I'll explain later.
Oh.
The next question was, name a place mom always wanted to visit but didn't get a chance to go to.
Where's
John
mom?
said,
China.
China.
and Mark
Alaska.
said,
Alaska.
Okay.
Country.
been to Alaska because that was one of her favorite trips.
In the last.
Oh, right, of course.
And I don't think she cares a hoot about China. So that one I will reveal. It's Hawaii. Mom's always wanted to go to Hawaii.
I knew that answer.
All right.
Verona.
Number 3, I said, name a skill mom always wanted to learn but never did. And John said,
Hopscotch.
She won the hopscotch championship in 1946. So that's when she was trying out to be an air hostess.
Exactly.
Mark said something very interesting. Mark said,
Pilot.
be a pilot. And that was the job she always wanted and didn't get a chance to have.
The first
Ding,
So
question.
ding,
I'm giving you that because that's a skill. So you get the points, 20 points for you. Well done.
But Mary, was the skill piano? Playing piano?
It was woodworking. Go figure.
Well, mom's pretty handy.
Thank you. All right, number 4. I asked, where did Dad take Mom on their first date? Not where they met, but on their first date. John said,
dancing. A little more with. He said their first where they met, but
Eric-
dancing.
yeah. And Mark said,
The movies.
but it was actually at a party. He took her to a party at George Lavaca's sister's house. So that was his best friend's sister had a party, and that's where they went. So no points there, but great information.
Good move, Dad.
Yeah,
Lots
right?
of people, you know, not uncomfortable one-on-one. It's very good, very smooth, Dad. Very smooth.
So suave.
Mom, you're muted. Say it again. Unmute and say it again. Unmute and say it again.
Okay, it didn't cost him any money.
That's my German dad.
He wanted to make sure I was worth spending money on.
Oh, that's excellent.
That's classic, man. Classic Dad. All right.
Classic Grandpa.
Number 5.
You have to understand Grandpa to understand that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I got this great new restaurant
If you
called
live with his son,
Shoney's.
you understand.
Correct. Classic. Number 5.
He'd be the first one to laugh about that.
It was great, Mom.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, that was great. That was awesome. Keep doing that. The last question was, who was Mom's hero as she was growing up? And Uncle John said,
President Roosevelt.
Which one?
doesn't matter. And Mark said,
her father.
Excellent answer. 20 points for the guys. Mark was right. You got her mother and father. Absolutely. We're giving you
Yeah. Those are hard to do when you're.
Those are gonna kill you.
I know. So I have another round of Family Feud. If each person wants to keep going or pick someone else to take their place, tag team them in, take someone out.
Yeah.
You need to bring in new players.
She wants to play for me.
New players.
Okay.
New blood.
Probably was the play.
Give me a pencil. Come give me a pencil.
New blood. 100% wipe.
New
100%
blood.
new teams.
Yeah,
Here we go.
people.
Kathy, who do you pick to take your place? Anybody at all? Doesn't have to be a girl anymore. Doesn't have to be a boy. I'm gonna just mix up the teams.
Well, we'll let Bobby jump in.
Okay, Bobby gets to go. And Sherry, who can you tag team to take your place?
Jackie.
Jackie. All right, Charlene.
We're in.
Charlene, who do you pick to take your place? Who?
You.
Ah, thank you. Marissa, who are you taking?
Give me
Is Dawn
Christy.
off limits as a
Give me Christy.
I don't know that there's certain people that just say, and Dawn was one of them.
Give
Okay,
me
what about
Christy.
Who?
Lauren?
Lauren. She's in. Katie Millian.
Aunt Patty.
Okay, Aunt Patty.
She's disqualified.
No, she's not. Katie,
She lives with
wait.
me.
How much do you think you would have known of those
That's
questions?
smart, Katie. Well done.
Right? They're tough. Okay.
Hockey.
All right.
Hockey and lemon cake.
Team number 2. John, who are you tagging in?
Is Jacqueline been picked?
She has.
Then I'll pick Jean.
Jeannie. Yay. Mark Senior, who are you picking?
Mom. See if she can remember her answers.
Probably you're right.
No, she was. She went through them just 2 days ago.
All right. Does anybody want to volunteer? Anybody want to
You
play?
want me to go outside and grab Bob? He walked out for a second, see if he wants to take your place, Mark?
Yeah, see if he wants to play. Anybody
Okay,
want?
hold on.
Any,
I was gonna
or
say,
does
I'm
anybody
keeping
want
it.
to play?
If not, you can play another round.
I want to play again.
Katie.
Do you want to play again?
No, I want everybody to have a chance.
Okay.
I want everybody to have a chance. I will.
Jason, you can
My dad hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, George hasn't gone. Keith hasn't gone.
I asked again. Does anybody want to play?
Keith, my dad, and Bob.
I'm not gonna draft him in if he doesn't volunteer.
George says he will for sure.
No, not yet. You know what?
George says he will partake.
I'll have it later.
Then George is in.
All right, George, you're in.
Thank you, George, for stepping up for me.
Come here. Come here. Because you can't. You have to have your own computer. Go with Katie.
No, George, look at the answers real quick.
No. Go to Katie's computer.
Real quick, get a peek. Get a peek.
All right, Steven, who you tagging?
Alex.
Alex. All right.
Oh, I'm on my own.
You're on your own. Mark Jr.
George Millian.
Steven will help you, man.
Yes.
Sure, I'll be in.
Keith's in. JL. JL, are you staying or nominating? Oh, sorry. Hold on. I got to unmute you.
He's got to unmute.
You got to unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted myself.
So what are the teams?
Jason, you want to play for me?
Here, I got to mute so nobody can hear what I'm
You want to
saying.
play for JL?
You want to just have Max judge and then I'll play?
Yeah.
Let's
right.
He's
you play.
seen all the answers. He's been looking over my shoulder. He's
Yeah,
disqualified.
that's fine. All right, I'm good.
All right. So the first two players, Bobby and Jean.
Okay.
Can you tell us the teams?
Yes, I'll give you the team. So the teams are representing team 1, Bobby, Jackie, Beth, Lauren, and Patty. Team 2, Jean, George, Alex, Keith, and Jason.
Okay.
All right. So
Even teams.
Yep.
Because we're all smart.
All right. I'm muting
I
everybody.
thought Katie brought Beth in.
Charlene.
Or Charlene brought Beth in.
She's in the first team.
She's in team number 1.
Oh, you are
Okay.
playing. You're team number 1.
Yep, you're team number 1.
That's better than 2.
I've been ghosting too much.
Wow. Oh, let's play the drinking game, babe. Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy
All right.
birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Are you enjoying your game?
You're muted, Mom.
Well, unmute me.
There,
Not
now
anymore.
you are. Not anymore. Mary.
Are you ready for round 2? Here we go. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Round 2. Bobby's up and Jean's up. Just raise your hand if you want to answer the question. We already did this one.
Bring some light in.
And we have full
Don't
I
even
missed
lie.
Hold on.
Oh wait, we've done that too.
I'm in cake.
Put that light on.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
pass my judging. to
Okay.
all of
Okay. There's only 3 this time. Because we had to use so many to get up to the point of the first one.
It was an accident.
I asked
Wait,
Grandma,
it's
Bobby and Jean, there are 7 answers on the board. Okay?
Love grandma's
7 answers on the
cleavage.
board. Mom, you're showing everybody your cleavage.
What?
Grandma, show it.
Show everybody here.
Here we go.
Oh,
Mom.
you're kidding.
All right, I'm
We're kidding. We're kidding. We love you.
okay. Are we good?
Bobby and Jean.
Bobby and Jean, I asked Grandma, provide me a list of your employment history and occupations prior to your retirement.
What was
Bobby.
Working at the college that you went to.
That's correct. But what did she do? Because you have to be specific. She had more than one job there.
Didn't even need to go.
I'm gonna say secretary then.
Mom? Nah, we're gonna. Hold on, let me unmute her. I think we have to not be more specific or no?
Oh, yeah,
We're
because
gonna say no.
being a
Okay, so Jean.
All right, so Jean,
library at Barry. She worked in the library at
Yes,
Barry.
she did. Now, she had 2 totally different jobs there. Give me one of her jobs. What department?
She worked for the president for a while. She worked for the president of Barry up in Fort Pierce. Didn't she?
Yeah.
No?
Library.
No. Okay, Max wants me to give you library, but she gave me 2 specific answers because her library career was, there was one
I'm
very
gonna have to
specific.
say,
All right, so we're gonna let the girls steal.
Well, the girl.
Let the boys steal.
Okay, I know what it is, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Team two.
Team 2.
Team 2.
It has to do with visual aids,
Has to do with what,
like
George?
visual.
Yeah, audio visual.
Audio visual.
Didn't she
Correct.
also work in a
Go.
audio visual aid in the library? Audio.
Okay.
Look, give library.
Hold on.
This
We're
library
gonna give Jean library. We're gonna give her the library.
No, I said the college. Come on.
You didn't say the college though. You just said college.
She worked in the library at the college.
All right.
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 You have to say pay your class.
But Jean is on
Are we
team
playing,
2,
are we
right?
playing, guys? Are we playing?
Team 2.
That's
So our team playing or passing? Yeah.
Jean, George, Alex, Keith, Jason. Are you playing this one or are you passing?
There's how many questions on the board? How many questions on the board?
I'm taking off both Barry University library.
All right, so we have 5 left. I think we pass. I
Okay,
think we
let's
pass.
pass to them. Yeah, let's pass. Pass.
All right. So we're going to Jackie.
Jackie.
You're up, Jackie.
Okay.
Jackie, where are you? Unmute, Jackie.
All right, I'm here. Give me the question one more time, please.
Grandma, please provide a list of your employment history, occupations up until you retired. These are all worth the same, so that,
So 33 apiece.
no,
Because you want to count
200
the library
as one.
So 33 apiece.
Yeah. So far 33 points have been taken.
Okay, how much time do we have?
We have like 6 seconds left.
Can we go with stenographer?
Oh, that's what.
Meaning like a court reporter?
Yeah.
Or like a secretary?
Just notes during any kind of meeting.
Why?
No. Sorry.
Second one.
All right. So Beth is next. Unmute.
Yeah, she definitely was.
She was a secretary at Barry University.
No, she was AV at Barry University. She was a secretary before that.
Well, I thought they said that already, or else I
Yeah,
would
that
have
was
used
like 10 minutes ago, guys.
It's outside. I don't know.
Mary has control of unmuting.
No, her headphones are not on.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, so I've asked Grandma.
Is it me?
They last longer than that.
Let them know. They should. Katie.
Is it me?
George.
I don't know. Zoom.
Yeah, let Aunt Beth answer.
Housewife.
But there's no volume in her ears. It's coming out of her.
Good answer. Good answer, housewife. Good answer.
She did not consider that an occupation.
Strike 2.
I can get my
Right.
Yeah, those headphones are 3 hours. They last
Can't hear.
3 hours.
Here, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I like housewife. I think that's an applicable answer.
Lauren's up.
Put my hearing aid back on. Tell her to unmute me.
You're not
muted, Mom.
hearing. You're muted from talking. So
Grandma, hear about our dad.
I don't care if I don't talk. I want to hear.
We can hear you.
So maybe the game should be over and we can sing happy birthday. How about
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay, Patty. I'm with you.
30 points. You win.
Okay.
All right, we're the winners here. We're the winners. Winners.
No.
Atta boy, Bobby.
Yes.
Why don't you
This
guys say it,
game.
Grandma?
Move on to the next.
That doesn't count.
Move on to the next. We done it.
Move on to the next.
Yes.
Grandma. Okay, you're not listening. Grandma's ears are not working anymore. She's having a hard time hearing. So we're going to wind up the party. We're going to sing happy birthday. I'm going to tell you the answers and the game is over. I'm sorry. If you want to know about Grandma, her first job was at 12 years old in an ice cream factory. Hasn't she ever told you the stories about working in the ice cream factory? When she was 14, she worked in a shoe factory. When she was a teenager after the shoe factory, because she didn't like the element of people that worked there, she said, she went door to door to her neighbors and offered to do odd jobs for the housewives in the house, either cleaning or doing errands or whatever. She was earning money for her house, for her mom and dad. Then when she got to Miami Shores, she decided to start working again, and she started as a personal secretary for a doctor's wife in her home. She did so good and ran out of things to do that the doctor's wife said, "Why don't you work at my husband's office?" So then Grandma worked at a doctor's office in Miami Shores. And from there, she went to Barry University. She worked in the library. First, she was in cataloging and acquisitions, and then she went up to the 4th floor and was the audio visual manager. So there you have it. That was a tough question. I get that. I'm sorry. All right, Patty, I'm unmuting you.
Okay, cake.
All right, for everyone to sing, everyone's gonna unmute yourselves.
Let's set her up over here.
Me.
Me.
Beep, 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 beep.
We're going into the living room.
I love the hat.
And we're gonna get piano at dark. What is this?
I already am in the living room.
So, Maxie, come on.
This is couch chic. Chic.
How chic is.
Hold on, we're gonna take you to the piano.
Hold on.
A road trip.
Hold on.
This is awesome.
Road trip.
Happy birthday to
You should be able to get right in
here.
Are you
ready?
ready?
It's not very loud though.
Can we get a 1, 2, 3?
Hold on.
Ready?
6, 7, 8. Using your ears like you're hearing it.
Let's do it again. Sorry, not time yet.
Happy birthday.
Wait.
No, that ain't gonna work either.
You hear something?
Birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, dear Happy day, dear
She's lighting the candle. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
Let's play Family Feud.
I do flowers and the cake.
All right.
Take a picture. Do it again. Anybody that wants a picture, we're just gonna hold it up. Okay. Let's get a picture real
Just
quick.
sing again or no more singing?
No, I just want to get a picture.
Okay.
Just get a picture. If anybody
What are
wants,
we doing?
I just want a picture of you blowing them out.
Oh.
Smile. Smile.
Smile, everybody smile.
Ready? You didn't get it. Oh my God. One more time. Last time.
Everybody smile. 1.
Everybody smile.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. All right. I got it.
Tara.
Nice.
Okay. Can you hear now? Can you hear? Can you hear through the
Uncle Mark, it looks like you had a fro. It was.
Yeah. Okay, Grandma's Grandma's back. She can hear it.
Sausage.
Yes. So whatever you want to do, but the cake is done. So.
Nice boob, Mom.
Ready to go get some.
So whatever you want to do, Mary.
Gotta get it closer.
Want to play the game again?
Pick it back up.
Mary, what was this?
There we go. There we go.
Want to do the true false game instead?
Yes,
Yeah.
No, no, I think it's enough, James.
Let me
Yeah.
see my papers.
Come back in here, Mom. Miss Chinese.
Katie.
Oh, sure.
You gotta go all the way to here. You gotta figure out where it is. Yeah.
After all this drinking, I need to pee. Can I take a 2-minute break?
You're all too much information.
Remember to mute. Remember to mute.
Remember to mute.
Turn off your video.
Birthday princess.
Saying hi to you, Grandma.
Oh.
Lizard.
We're gonna blow out 90 candles.
Do you have a book or something I can put under here?
Mom, don't you need a bellows? How are you gonna blow out 90 candles?
That's good.
A dark magic marker.
Let's go.
No, that's not where. No, that's not where I need it. Just on a slant. Just to prop it.
That's what I had this for. Let go of this.
Beautiful.
They do look
That's
alike.
better.
Aw.
Lizard, look at your cousin.
Oh, the kitty cat.
They do. They look a lot alike. Lizard is 3. Lizard has
smells
on this finger.
She's really.
Meow.
Little down. No more.
Come on, Mom.
It looks
It's
beautiful.
not gonna work. I can't get it to go there. Maybe something in
There
the
you
front.
go.
Something
There you go.
That worked. All right, let me see your papers.
It's not gonna stay. It's not gonna stay.
Good.
He's got
Good. Charlene, where's your papers? You have your true or false
You guys can
card?
both vote. You go.
Okay?
Where's us?
We only need one set.
Where's us?
And what's
Show
that?
up so we can see where it is.
Dale, what do you think? Got there. That's got it.
We're having a triple problem. No, I just go like this or go like that.
Which is fine.
We're gonna end.
Have a true or false sheet?
How about
Hey,
true
very good.
false?
Okay. Gonna do
What's in
true.
the ice cream section?
True. False.
What's the question?
That's what we're doing.
What's the answer?
Becca wants to see the necklace?
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Oh, wait, we're waiting on Katie. Here then.
I have to get close to the camera.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
Make them easy to start with.
I will.
Good.
Becca, can you see?
Up and down, right?
Yeah, we're going up and down. It's much easier.
Ready, George?
Becca, can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
All right, I'm gonna mute so everyone can hear me. And then I'll unmute as you want to talk. Here we go. I'm gonna make you some softballs in the beginning.
No one will talk over you, Mary.
True or false? This is for Grandma's entire life. Has she ever smoked a cigarette? Grandma's smoked a cigarette.
Here's the question for true.
This is unanimously true. Now you know how to play the game. Good job. Number 2, Grandma drank so much she threw up. What was that question?
Grandma drank so much that she threw up.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh, Patty.
It's all true. It's correct.
That was Patty.
Patty said, "Oh, Grandma."
Grandma, can we hear that story?
Yes.
No.
Unmute her, Mom.
What?
Grandma, when did you drink so much you threw up?
Anytime.
The lady never reveals her
I
secret.
can remember one time when I had gone out with the girls, quote unquote, the girls.
Quartet?
And they brought me home, and I think it was one on each arm of me, put me up at the door and rang the doorbell and ran away. And John opened the door, and there I was. And he took one look at me, and he had a friend over, which was embarrassing.
Oh.
So he took me by the arm, and he stuck me in the bedroom, and he closed the door.
Nice.
And he would not listen to me. I was calling him back because I wanted to go to the bathroom, and he wouldn't open the door. So anyway, the long and the short of it is, after I pounded on the door enough, he left me out of the door, and I got sick, and he had to clean it all up. So he was sorry he never let me out. That was a true story.
Nice.
Yeah. But it was very, very embarrassing.
It happens.
I didn't know what to say to him. the next day.
It's a different story from our generation, Katie, but it happened.
Yeah. Things were not as it was not a common thing to really go out with the girls, but that one girl had a fight with her husband, so we rallied around her and we took her out to make her feel better.
And
So
you felt better.
yeah, no, I got
Yeah, you're a good friend, Mom.
That's what you do.
Mom,
I
was
think
that
I
quartet?
I think I had a
Just took one for the team, huh?
I had a total of
The one for the team.
three drinks.
Exactly.
3 drinks, and I was not used to
That's
drinking,
false.
and
I think
really
that's false.
made me sick. So,
Mom, were you out with your quartet?
out with who?
Was it with your quartet friends?
We had my girl.
Oh no, it was not with quartet. It was neighbors. It was our neighbors.
Was this before children?
Before
children, Mom?
No, I think I had John and Kathy and Cherry at that time.
All right.
Dad was babysitting. He said, "You go out if you want." He gave me permission, so I went out.
That's what.
Here we go. Statement number 3. I crashed a friend's car. Ooh, we have some truths. We have some falses. And that is totally false. Good job. All right. Next question is, when I was young, I stole a car. That is totally false. But Jackie and Alex thought it was true. Your granddaughter's mom. Here we go. I have been in love. That was an easy one. Of course, absolutely. I have been dumped.
Wait, I'm trying to find my sign.
I need to, there's a false. There's a false. There's a true. True. Yours. The answer is true. Should we hear the story?
Yes.
Yes.
What's the story?
Yes.
Who dare dumped you?
I'm not.
Who's the moron?
It's
The question is, how did you find out? I didn't. I don't think I made that.
The question how I found out? I'll tell you later.
I don't remember how you found out.
Told someone
It was on your
sometime.
Instagram story, Grandma. It was on your Instagram story.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
tell
think
you,
so.
Mom.
Mom, it's
tell
on your BuzzFeed.
How I found out, Mom.
What?
Can you hear me?
I hear
How
you.
I found out.
We found the gentleman. who
George. Please mute yourself.
Ooh.
How I found out was back in 2006. Katie emailed you a game. She totally doesn't remember. And you used to play these email games with her.
But
And
we have to play this game.
And this was one of the games, and I kept your interest. I said, this is going to come in handy one day. I sent email. Chris Campana, welcome to the party.
Look how nice it is out.
Not even a green screen.
Okay. Katie never. Mary.
Yes.
Mary.
Yes.
Mary. Katie never.
Chris
skipped.
is here.
You just
Hey.
listened to the answers or read the answers, right?
Correct.
Grandma,
Christopher.
I never told her. She hacked into my
You
email.
missed the party.
Better haul ass for a private spot, Chris.
You missed
Hey,
the
Grandma,
whole
I got
thing.
a lesson in a couple minutes, but I want to say happy birthday.
Okay, thank you. But you missed all the drinks and the food and all the stories. You're
And the
gonna have
drinks.
to-
Hey, I
you're
missed
gonna
a
have to
bit.
put children.
You should have recorded the meeting.
I think Mary might have.
I think Mark.
Yeah. And I found
That's the
out
only
that
thing I have
my
is the first
children,
question, so we're good.
my grandchildren,
And all the interesting
don't know
wardrobe.
me as well as they thought they did. I found out that they don't really know me as well as they thought they did
Oh,
by the
man.
questions they answered.
Oh.
I'm really surprised,
He's
but that's okay.
He's smart, man.
Chris, one thing,
Go up
Chris,
to-
Chris, if you have just a minute, one thing we did do is we all kind of shared a birthday greeting, which was either our favorite memory of Grandma or a favorite story of Grandma. And I know I'm really don't worry. But if you'd like to just say a little tributary to her or anything, tribute.
Tributary.
Or tribute.
It's okay. Chris,
Well,
I love you.
I gotta say, I was watching the MJ documentary on Sunday, and I thought of you, Grandma, because I remember watching those games against the Jordan versus the Jazz games back in Valrico, and I remember you were pulling hard against MJ. We were getting pissed off at Oster Tag, and you kept calling him Oster Tag.
I kind of remember that. You
Yeah,
know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. I've never been a basketball fan, but for you, grandson, to support your love of it, I sat and watched that game. I never liked basketball.
But when I was watching the highlight, that it brought me back to that. You know, I was probably what, like 9 years old, and I just remember watching the finals and you getting all worked up over it.
Wow.
It's pretty funny.
Wow. That's a great memory. Thanks for sharing it.
Yeah.
Are you working today?
Yeah, I got to play Oakmont this morning. They have a thing called the SWAT, so they had 200 guys. It's a big game we put together.
Oh my!
And my team won. So
Good boy, Chrissy! Woo!
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, but yeah, I got to run, Grandma. But good to see everybody.
How many birdies, Chris?
Four birds, 71.
Yeah, boy. Nice. Very good, Chris.
The greens are 15s. The greens are 15s.
God, unbelievable.
Thanks for coming by.
It's only hey, wait till
For us. I love to Emma.
Chris.
All right, I will.
Chris, you look great, by the way. All business.
Yeah.
It's the name of the game. All
right.
business.
Hi, brother.
Bye.
Love you, bud.
Bye.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Bobby's
here we go.
asleep. Wake up, Bobby.
I'm awake.
Here we go. Back to the game. This is Grandma. True or false? I've shoplifted in the past.
Can you repeat that?
I've shoplifted in my past.
No, I don't think so.
I need
No, false.
I need a vote. Yeah, that is totally false.
Yeah.
Next one. In my job, I have been fired.
I don't think so.
Totally false. Everyone loves grandma. She has quit her job, but she has never been fired. All right. One time, I was in a fist fight.
I don't think so.
It was false.
I'm gonna get one of these.
I didn't think so.
All right. This is grandma speaking. One time I snuck out of my parents' house.
I don't think so.
So yeah, to see grandpa.
No, that's totally false. She never did that. She never did that. Oh, unmute her. Sorry.
I snuck in one night when I was out past my curfew. So
yes,
it was just the opposite.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that story, I remember that story.
You snuck in.
I remember that too.
But not out.
Not out. Just snuck back in.
All right, here we go. Don't say anything, Mom.
Okay.
I'm muting you. I had feelings for someone once who didn't return those feelings. That would be true. She's human like the rest of us.
Happens to all of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. What you don't know about me is that I have been arrested. Totally false.
Do traffic tickets count?
That's not an arrest. No. It could lead to an arrest, but no. All right, here we go. Mom says, sure, I've gone on a blind date.
What's that question?
Sure, I've gone on a blind date. It's true.
And the only one I ever went on, and this is the truth, he showed up, now get this if you can believe it, in an orange shirt and purple pants. That is the honest to God truth. And his personality matched it. I didn't think that date would ever end. Oh, never again. Never
Who put you up to that? Who put you up?
Supposed to be my best friend. She wasn't after that. I think she was getting back at me for something. Whew. I'll never forget that.
All right. So, Mom said, yes, I have skipped school.
I have what?
Shush. I have skipped school.
I have skipped school.
Yes.
It's totally true.
Right. You were right.
Grandma.
Went to an afternoon triple feature. It was great.
Another one. I can't remember which one it was, but I missed it. Got two wrong.
Grandma shakes her head, yes or no, every time you read.
I'm gonna put you in the
Hey,
waiting
Mom,
room.
you're giving it away.
Oh, she frowns.
I don't do that.
No poker face, Mom. No poker face. No poker face.
Poker face.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Mom said, I may not have ever stole a car, but I did steal a traffic sign.
Steal what?
I did steal a traffic sign.
didn't shoplift.
Yeah, it was overseas, wasn't it?
Yeah, in Hawaii.
No, it's false. That's false.
You know, if you're gonna, you got to buy into your answer. Whatever that answer, you just got to keep going with it. You know, stick with it.
Right. That's right.
One wrong. I said she shoplifted. Remember? I'm not gonna do it twice.
Yep. All right.
True.
Mom says, I've been to Canada, I've been to Mexico, but I've never been lost.
I've been to London. I've been to France.
I lost my underpants.
She's lost. She's been lost. That's false. You guys are right. Several times.
All the time.
Yeah. All right. Mom says, I've swam in the
ocean. Swam where?
Swam where?
Ocean.
Swam in the ocean?
I've swam in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's true. Good job.
Although technically, I think it's false because I don't think Mom's ever swam.
Okay, she bobbed up and down.
Yeah,
How about,
in the ocean.
how about dog paddling?
Yeah.
Dog paddling.
Who's this?
We lost your video, Mom.
I only have 10% battery remaining.
Patty, plug her in.
Plug her in.
Plug her
Go
in.
quicker.
Plug her in. Plug her in.
Plug her in.
Okay, here we go. This way she can't help.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I've cried myself to sleep.
Yes, she put who to sleep? Who did she put to
Yes,
sleep?
I've cried myself. This is Mom speaking. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I've cried myself.
Yeah,
Seven children.
14,
Yes, she is
wasn't
cried
she?
herself to sleep.
She was 14.
That was true.
What was the
That was
question?
true.
Darlene,
Here we go.
I don't think it's gonna reach.
Grandma said,
Gonna reach. Here.
I used to play cops and robbers.
This way.
Yeah.
Probably. I used to play cops and robbers.
There were no video games back then, remember?
It's totally
Yeah,
true.
Cowboys and Indians. Might be the other.
I'd say yes on Cowboys and Indians too.
And remember she told us about how she loved playing kick the can.
Yep, kick the can.
I colored with crayons as an adult.
What? Say that again.
I colored with crayons as an
I
adult.
colored with crayons as an adult.
Can you see everybody?
You're back. I see a nice picture of the cupboard.
Or the refrigerator.
Oh, there she is. Birthday girl.
That is,
Welcome back.
statement is true. That statement is true.
Had to change positions.
Statement is true.
I've got two
Okay.
wrong.
Are you ready? I've sang karaoke.
Peter and Isabel. She did color as an adult. And I think
Yes, she did color as an adult. Karaoke?
This is Mady.
You're wrong.
Say with Pete. With Pete.
She's never sang karaoke.
She's been to karaoke.
No.
Told you.
False.
No. Three wrong. No.
Karaoke.
No, wait a minute. I have sang karaoke.
Yeah.
I have many times.
Hoorah.
When I used to go to Seattle with Dad,
Right.
we'd go out with them and we'd have a couple of drinks and I'd be up singing karaoke.
God bless you,
Told
Mom.
you.
And
I
it sounded great.
everybody knows Uncle
I get
Pete
double points because I had the
is
contact.
karaoke.
It could be that was after 2007 when these answers were first emailed.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. I don't think so, but that's
Well, I
okay.
haven't done it recently.
Well,
but I've
Mary,
done it.
there's
Before 2007.
Mary, there's video evidence of it.
Good.
There's video evidence with
metadata.
We're not supposed to talk about that, but anyway.
Yeah, there's metadata.
Peter, it was with Peter's first Peter 1.0.
Oh, you mean ring a bell?
Jason, what is that movie called with John Turturro and George Clooney?
Mom Bid 7, I think it's called.
No. The one where they're all prison breaks.
Ocean's 11.
No. It's
You're talking about Shozer Kaiser or Kaiser Shoze? That one?
Yes, that's
Oh, little brother were out though. Okay, I wouldn't.
Watched it.
Yes, the Coen Brothers. Yes.
Not sure what that has to do with karaoke, but here we go.
That's Peter's go-to karaoke song.
Got it.
Brother, where art thou? That's it.
That's oppression and guarded misery. If it weren't for.
All right, ready? Here we go. Here's the next one. I paid for a meal with only coins.
With only what?
Coins.
Coins. Bob says yes.
True. Absolutely. I have done something that I told myself I wouldn't do.
No, everybody's doing that, don't you think?
She forgave me.
That's true. That's true. I have made prank phone calls. Did you hear me?
I have made crank calling phone calls. I have made Frank Crone calls.
That is false. Grandma's never done that. I have laughed until a beverage came out of my nose.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Bryn and I are guessing yes.
That's false. Didn't happen. Did not happen.
You're wrong.
Didn't happen. That would be Katie on multiple times.
I think it's all of us except Mom.
I agree, Mark. I agree.
I think it's everybody in this room.
Yeah.
Wants to talk. Mom wants to talk.
Unmute.
Mom, you're up. Were you saying something?
You can talk now, Mom.
It was going to be a comment on the other question, but it's too late.
No.
The prank calls? The phone calls?
Yeah. I was just gonna say you had Dad and I mixed up because there were some times when John would have his friends over and they would have, say, just a wee bit too much to drink. And they would all get together and they would call the White House and ask to speak to the president.
You did not,
Dad. God, truth. That is the truth.
I totally believe it.
He didn't do it only once. They did it several times. They were just full of the dickens.
I love this. Keep giving me the fodder that I can.
He never got through.
Great.
They tried as hard as they tried. I think the person receiving the call could tell. They tried to speak soberly, but they didn't quite pass it. And they couldn't understand why they didn't let them through. But it almost got to be a occurrence every time that those three people got together. There were three of them.
Well, at least it wasn't an international catastrophe.
Oh, no. This was to Washington, D.C. I don't think you ever knew that. Oh, yeah.
Mom, as cheap as Dad was, I can't believe he'd spend the money.
But what you're not realizing is he didn't realize he was spending.
That's funny.
Maybe he called collect.
No, he didn't call collect. He didn't call collect, no.
Who's laughing so hard?
He never
Mark. President.
Was it during Nixon's presidency?
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
All right, next question. We have a couple about the weather. So the first one is, I caught a snowflake on my tongue. Absolutely true. Number 2, I danced in the rain. That is false. That's a false. Okay, the next 2 are Christmas ones. I wrote a letter to Santa Claus.
Hello?
The answer is true. And here's another Christmas one. I've been kissed under the mistletoe.
Something false for me.
Everybody in? That's true. Yep. All right. I have watched the sunrise with someone I really liked. I don't see votes. I don't know what happened. I don't see yours.
Look at the TV.
Oh, okay. The answer's true. The answer's true. I have made a bonfire on the beach.
Not Mom. Somebody might have, but not Mom.
That's a false.
No, that's true. I'll tell you that when it happened at Camp Dearborn or one of those places in Wisconsin. And Mom talked about baking the clams that they found.
Where's your phone?
She didn't make the fire.
She didn't make the bonfire though.
She helped. I'm sure she did.
She didn't make the fire.
It was always fun. This is the worst.
Girl, Jackie.
She didn't make the
It was up in Wisconsin.
I didn't. All right, here we got 2 athletic ones, and we're winding it up. These are the last 2. First one. Of course, I've gone roller skating.
Of course.
It's true.
Mom gave us our first pair of roller skates back in the 50s. Those scary kind.
And yes, I've gone ice skating.
I see.
I'm assuming so. You got to remember there weren't any computer games.
No, though, she might not have ice skated. I think she only roller skated.
That's false. She has never gone ice skating.
Or wrong.
I hope you guys learned a lot more about Mom. I hope you had fun doing it. Mom, what do you think?
Yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed the whole day. I can't believe we've been on this for what? How many hours? 3 hours? Almost
20 minutes.
4 hours.
20 minutes.
Wow. No, but it was great fun. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy lives. And I loved it. And I think it's one of the best birthdays I've ever had. And thank you for
I want to be damned.
Hey. Gift. Yeah, thank you all for the wonderful gift. I said I wanted it, but I didn't expect to ever get it.
Love you so much.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much for
Grandma.
the gift, the time.
Awesome.
Grandma.
Yes.
Me. Okay. Last hat of the day, okay?
Okay.
There's the
my
hats.
God.
There's the hats. Now I'm saving the grand finale for right now.
Oh,
You're
Okay.
a standalone flag. You're a high flying flag.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Happy
It looks
birthday.
like you have a haberdashery. Oh, look at Mary's too.
Hey. Happy
Where's Mary?
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Happy birthday. Where's Mary?
Wait.
Love you all.
There's a little more. There's a little more. We want 90 more.
Can we all smile? I want to take a picture.
90 more.
Wait,
Can I do a picture?
Good to see you.
90 more.
Everybody.
90 more.
A quick picture. Everybody smile. Ready?
90 more.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, Max. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank
bye,
you.
everybody.
I love you guys.
Love you,
everybody.
Mary Kate.
Oh, there's
Bobby.
Thank you, everybody, for
Mary,
joining.
Max, Katie, all of you.
Bob, get off your phone.
Certainly.
I'm
There's Mary's.
Pass it
Yeah,
around.
nice, Mary.
Everything's better
Yeah, I
with
like that.
bacon.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
Good job.
Mary.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Mary.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Christmas.
I missed 4 questions.
How much is you guys for Christmas?
This group never wants to say goodbye.
Drive home safely.
I'll take the video of this, by the way.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You recorded this, I'll take the video.
I did not. I only got the first 20 minutes.
Oh, that's all she got was the first 20 minutes.
Oh, good job.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome.
We're grateful for anything you got. Thank you for doing it.
What I'm going to do is I'll make sure and send you guys the video.
A 3-hour home video.
No.
I'll take it.
No, I mean the birthday video that I made her of the family.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Give Marky the 20 minutes so I can get the whole thing. Don't think I won't watch 3 hours of this again, because I will.
I will too. Next birthday, we should rewatch it.
All right, let's reconvene. Let's reconvene August 1st.
3 hours.
Watch out for the dog.
Those questions that were answered.
Let's reconvene in August.
Will never be repeated, you know. You could never.
Anybody want to do this again?
Yes, Uncle Mars. Yes.
Yeah, when should we do it again?
I'm putting my hearing aid on.
Couple of weeks.
No, not a couple of weeks. That's too much like a job. Let's do it in like 3 months.
See you all. My hearing aid back on.
Graduation.
Bye, guys.
When's that?
Love everybody.
2 weeks.
Too soon.
Already graduated.
Congratulations on your graduation, Katie.
Yes, Katie. Congrats.
I love the blonde hair.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy I get to see everybody. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice seeing everybody.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Love you guys. I keep calling you. Marky.
I'm not hanging up, so you're just gonna have to cut me off.
I don't know where his phone is. I can't leave. It's my house, so.
Oh, Grandma left. Party's over if Grandma left.
Yeah.
I should have known Mom wouldn't have ever stolen something. I put her down for shoplifting. That was the first of 4 mistakes. It was terrible.
Well, good thing we weren't keeping score.
Oh, I was keeping what? Like the soccer parents don't think they don't keep score. They do.
I love this, Becca. Love it.
I kept score.
Just discovered the record button on the Zoom app, so I want to be prepared.
Nada wants to be here.
Gotta get Kathy here.
Well, this was good, except for I missed the food part because I'm starving.